live version. We did not. We are. They did. They didn't take us down because we weren't talking about something controversial. So they didn't take us down, but they did give you a warning, like, "Hey, we detected something." Hey, P-Trans, I don't understand the Django Unchained thing. I'm lost, literally lost. On why like this? What was it, like a 12-year-old movie? I don't get the reference. But or Petra NZ033. Petra. What? I think I was gonna say P-Trans, but maybe are you from New Zealand? Because I just went to the channel. So whatever. Appreciate you being here. And yeah, Fizz. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate Cotton who's lurking. Tom Jensen. No, that wasn't a vehicle. It was just the intro, the Sade song. I talked a little bit about that. I'm surprised there's so many people up in arms. Don't get me wrong. I hate the end of physical media as much as anyone else, but it's been death that's been happening, and we all consented when we start buying digital games, when we all start, accepting downloads as okay, which we all did. I've bought digital games. I mean, this game I'm about to play, I don't have a physical copy of. So we all accepted this, and like, what did you think was going to happen? And we've seen the death of physical media. We saw the death of the newspaper. I guess print books are still alive, but we saw the death of there's that infamous intro. We saw the death of CDs, though there is still a CD and tape, and even vinyls, which have kind of come back. But we've been watching this happen. So what did you expect? I think part of it is because at this very moment, I think 30% of PlayStation users still use the PS4. And of course, all the stuff with the different components. Did I do the thing where I talked to the girl?
Le detective himself.
Yeah. No one wants the Batman CD. No. I would, if I can get a physical copy of like the Batman Forever soundtrack with Kiss from a Rose, and is that the one with the Smashing Pumpkins song? Or was that Batman and Robin? They had a couple. I think there was another song. Oh yeah, you know who had a cool song on the Batman? Was it Batman Forever or Batman and Robin? R. Kelly has a song called Gotham City that's actually pretty solid. Yeah, it'll be more niche and collectors oriented. Yeah, you're right, Tom Jensen. 2022 Batman. Okay. Yeah, honestly, if I could have the '04 The Batman, I would gladly have that on DVD. Honestly, I probably should grab that. The '04 cartoon, very underrated. Got my favorite version of the Penguin. What's on here? Oh, this is the Bat. Here we're gonna definitely deal with the Illuminati because we're on the Hollywood backlot. So somebody's got to get. I mean, we just dealt with the Metropolis thing. So yeah, definitely some Illuminati type shit gonna happen. You can't get that. Yeah, I probably should look for that. Well, I got other things prioritized, but if it's economical, yeah, I mean, yeah, you're not gonna miss some of this stuff, right? Supergirl, and really, we're talking more about games. A lot of people are upset at
Tinsel Avenue. Glitz,
what you call it?
And now
what's the fucking game?
And
And I'm not even gonna get GTA 6, but a lot of people are upset because GTA 6 is not gonna have a physical. Do I talk to this guy or I kill him? Okay, I should have shot him.
You're supposed to shoot movies, not visitors.
Right? I was, because I didn't know if it was a talking guy. But I'm not even interested in GTA 6. I'll buy it the same time I bought GTA 5, like 8 years after the fact. Oh, shit. God, this game does play like Doom sometimes. Like, there's some moments just like you just remember that. Like me doing these backward strafing shooting, it just feels like Doom. Like in the classic Doom. Like 90s Doom. Jeez, I'm getting that. I ain't realize I'd take that much bullet. Only 70? See, that's the problem though with physical media being nicheified. It's gonna be tax season if you want something physical, like $70 for the Batman Forever soundtrack on CD. Oh shit! I ain't see dude. He popped out of that bitch. Shit like that, and even if you want vinyl, it's usually pretty much, you know, we're shipping about $40-50. Cassettes and what you call it a little cheaper, but they're not by no means cheap. You can do the digital download thing and burn thing. That is an option. You know, CD drives, USB CD drives are not. I don't know how much they are now. Last time I looked, they weren't that expensive. I'm not sure if the component crisis has made stuff like that more expensive, but you can get a USB CD drive. Burning software is usually pretty cheap or free, and you know. Giving them work with the pistol. I'm surgical with this bitch, Jake. Shoot, we out. 12. Gotta hit you with the pump. Oh, so you still got a Blu-ray drive though, so dope. So that's dope. So yeah, if you know, you got a Blu-ray burner drive. Sacrifice yourself. Really on some Illuminati type shit. So yeah, you can still do the classic shit. That's still an available thing. I say classic, you know, the 2000s, the era of burner CDs, which to be fair, honestly helped the end of physical media. I mean, CDs and vinyl before and tapes before or in between were so massive to physical media and physical ownership to the extent, I mean, people still. What the hell? Okay, that must be a new weapon I get. But people still, you know, own them and buy them to this day. And when that became way less popular, that was kind of the start of the end of physical media. Because then, you know, even around that time, you know, I was downloading games on the PC. I was, you know, not necessarily paying for them type shit. And so, you know what I mean? That became more of a thing. And then you get so used to downloading stuff that all of a sudden, before you look up and there's no more physical media. Or it's a thing of the past. I didn't talk about my stream. Who cares? You can't get the new Star Wars on DVD. Some people want the classic on DVD. Some people do want the classic ones on DVD. Here's the issue, though, Richard. The issue is it's not so bad on PC, honestly. If you're a PC gamer, this is not an issue. But if you are a console gamer, you don't own the games that you buy. That's just the reality. You don't own the movies that you buy if you don't have a PC, right? So a lot of people who bought games on the older PlayStations, and again, a lot of people still use older PlayStations, older stuff, or, you know, older PlayStation games. They can't play them anymore, or not movies. A lot of movies you can't. So if you've been just, hey, I've been using this PS4, which again, a lot of people use their PS4, and you bought movies, and you know, I remember being in the hood. There's people, they PlayStation is everything. They got a PS4, and that they don't got a DVD player, they don't got cable, they don't got a Blu-ray player, they have nothing. They may not have internet, they may have a cheap little laptop. That may be all they have, and they buy movies on it, and now they don't matter anymore. They've been taken away without them, even though they bought them legally. So again, I'm not a console guy. I mean, I do have the PS5 because shout out to Bro Jelani. He's a generous brother. You know, pun not intended. And So therefore, I have it. I'm not going to be buying the PS6 unless, which, if he continues the trend of giving me systems, then cool. Because he gave me a PS4 after he was done with it. And he bought me a new PS5. Actually, he bought it really kind of for the channel. It was kind of, he wanted me to play and beat Final Fantasy VII, which that game is so long. I put like 100 hours in and only got halfway through. And if you're streaming, you're doing it even worse because they take away games and movies and shit all the time. Oh shit, that was super. Gotta keep it down.
Mobsters, of course. Don't gotta launder money somewhere.
And so now I say this, I know there's pirates out there, and they got a terabyte USB drive, 4 terabytes, 8 terabytes USB drive. They hit the high seas, they take what they want. They don't give a shit. And that's fair enough. If that's how you living, God bless you. And honestly, nothing has justified your logic more than this bullshit that they're doing. So you're doing it right. I'm not knocking that. But there's a lot of people who, they want that physical copy. And I understand that. I think again, I understand it with music. I want to start selling physical copies of music as an artist. And I wish I owned more physical copies of music than I do. I still like the idea of physical stuff. Now I don't have the money for it, unfortunately. Can you? Yeah. Can you open this? But Oh shit!
Cheese and crackers.
Fuck. I did not mean to hit shit. Eat the cheese. Cheese is so rare, and it's the only really. You don't have many healing resources. Oh shit. Oh hell no. Hey, listless. Are there been games that get shut down? Yeah, players lose access. That happens all the time. Shout out to, what was that game? The driving game that people that built the Stop Killing Game movement? Switch to, yeah, I mean, obviously, there's some fake numbers going around. That's always going to be a thing. Numbers getting faked. But one thing that is true, man, if you are somebody who was relying on, a lot of people still rely on the console system. I watched Citizen Vigilante. I see. No relation. Mousetrap asset. That's the thing. The hitter, the half man's all creepy. Okay, I don't know what's going on. Is Mousetrap a person? That's what it sounds like. But yeah, I get why people are upset. And mainly the focus is on games, not necessarily everything else, because really, let's be honest, there's already been end of other physical media. I don't think, people already don't buy Blu-ray, DVD, and music and all this other stuff. And even with games, most of the games are still being downloaded, not purchased physically. So I was, honestly, I was a little shocked because all the other earmarks of death for physical media, no one seemed to have given a fuck. So I'm shocked that all of a sudden we just start giving a fuck now, out the orange. Honestly, I gotta be honest. I'm a little shocked at a lot of the reaction because, I mean, people have been bending over for the games industry for so long. Maybe it's the economy. But I just remember when the pre-order, people would pre-order games they had no business pre-ordering. And, you know what I'm saying? Where it was just like, okay, this game is not finished. And, the whole 2010s, I just felt like people just did whatever game companies did. I stopped buying Madden in Madden 2012. and people kept going on for years and years. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like people just bent over to these game companies. I think people would bend over if they could. They just ain't got the money to do it anymore. And so that's where we are now. And now they're mad. But it's like, brother, you should have been mad, you know, when they was in the Far Cry era, bro. Like, you know what I mean? You should have been mad. You should have been mad. The sequel is a VigilanteWilliamson. No, it's not. Automatically because we don't like the numbers, are they untrue? Good point. But it kind of depends. I already got in here a different way, huh? There's multiple ways in and out, I guess. So I was already here. I bet you I could shoot that down. And so yeah, that's a good counter argument, but it just depends on the numbers. There's certain numbers I believe, certain numbers I don't. I do. You know what? Maybe the Switch numbers aren't as unbelievable as I once thought, because clearly a lot of people did buy that fucking Switch. I don't remember what the original numbers were. It did seem high for like the first week. It was like 3 million the first week or 8 million the first. A number that was pretty high. I'm not gonna lie. But so many people are now mad that they didn't have games, which is why I thought it was a shot, because who the fuck didn't see that coming a million miles away? But okay, people didn't. I get it. I'm employed myself. I don't always recognize things. You know, I'm not the smartest guy on everything, so I get it to a certain extent. But it's like, hey, man. But whatever. I don't know. I think the Switch is so. If we're talking worldwide, because it's apparently more popular in Japan, and I think even has more games in Japan and is a little cheaper than it is here, I can see them selling 10 million copies as of now of the Switch. So if those numbers around that, I can believe. After this point, that first week was a bit. I think it was maybe 5 million the first week. That's a bit much. But 10 million or so after a year or two, it was a year and a half. I can believe that, especially if 7 or 8 of it is Japan. You know what I'm saying? Which I would guess is the case. A little bit. That's what she said. Oh my goodness. Ooh, a little bit of health. What am I going to do? Okay, Peacemaker. It's not about having Peacemaker. It's about having the Criterion Collection. It's about having, just like we didn't give a fuck about not having like Stop It or My Mom Will Shoot or some shit. Like, yeah, there's always going to be some shitty material that we don't want. But it's like, oh, imagine not being able to get BTAS on physical media. That sucks, right? Now, maybe, okay, you got it. And like, I don't give a fuck about no one else on earth but me. Cool for you. But now a generation can't get BTAS, and if it ain't streaming, they not going to see it, right? That sucks. Or they can't get Justice League, or they can't get Star Trek The Next Generation, or they can't get whatever great piece of media that maybe they don't know. The original Star Wars trilogy. Having that on physical media is worth it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, okay. There's shitty things that we're not going to miss. We can get it now. Ghostbusters. The real Ghostbusters, a.k.a. the cartoon. Ghostbusters 2, which is not quite as good as the first one, but still pretty good. RoboCop. There's good stuff. You bought the Switch 2? Your first console in 30 years? I wanted the top thing off. Yeah, and hey, Scrambles didn't see you here. Sorry if I missed comments. It was 102 when you went to work. God damn. So shout out to you, hardworking man. You got a Switch and a Switch OLED. I do kind of want a Switch OLED. Honestly, I kind of just want I don't necessarily know if I want a Switch. I would like a handheld. But then again, Brojolani had a Steam Deck.
This whole thing feels
and
like
he's
a
the
movie.
gamiest gamer I know. And he ended up selling it, if I remember correctly. Which I'm sure he wish he held on to it a little long before selling it. But he wasn't a fan. I do kind of want a handheld, either emulator or a handheld console. That's why Steam Deck. Like Steam Deck, I could get my emulator. I can get new games. I could get Switch games, Switch 1 games, of which there are way more Switch 1 games than our Switch 2 games. In fact, I mean, the only popular Switch 2 game is also a Switch 1 game, is that Mario Kart, right? So, I don't know. Hold on. Let me make. Oh, sorry, the comments stopped moving because I moved it. So that's not the reality. What's not the reality? Animal Crossing. I don't know if Animal Crossing is on the Switch. It is the reality that there's still good physical media. The fact that it's not affecting me, so it doesn't happen, which is not. That's I love you. That's how you are. It's like if it ain't you, if you can do it, then anyone on earth can do it, obviously. And if they can't, it's because they suck. And if it doesn't affect you, it just doesn't happen. So, you know what I mean? Not everybody is Not again. You can pirate. Piracy is the counter to everything. Get you a hard drive. While you still can. I don't know. I was able to get a USB hard drive right before prices went up. I don't know where the prices are now. So I don't know how much a USB hard drive is. But you can get terabytes of stuff. You can hit on the interwebs and you can find a lot of this content and own it and not have to worry. And that's not a bad idea. I will counter that. And I think that's what a lot of people are going to be doing because, I mean, there's going to be limited option otherwise. But I do feel for people. Again, and hey, what you can find on Amazon, I know it's Scamazon, I know, but go ahead and grab the stuff that you can get while you still can get it. And other companies are going to be producing this stuff. It's not the end of all people are saying that's not true. There are going to be the Criterion Collection, there's still DVD and Blu-ray and CD printers that exist, and they are going to continue to exist. And you know what I'm saying? So there are going to still be companies as far as DVDs, Blu-rays, the Criterion Collection, collector edition CDs, collector edition vinyl, and games even, that's still going to be in existence. PS5 and back games, obviously. And then even you're going to see people who want collector's edition disc of
I get that it's not open house.
what the fuck is called? What am I trying to say? PC games. I'm so fucking trying to focus. I have gotten better at this game though. I used to be shitty. Yeah, that's what's. Hey, rats! As I play mouse, you're saying the physical. Yeah, today's physical media. You're right. Nobody's missing, and nobody's crying over not being able to get Supergirl. But it's that classic physical media. But again, it will exist. Now, will it cost if you want it? Let's say 10 years from now, you're trying to get the complete 1966 Batman on a platform on disc, and I paid what $30 a few years ago, well, like at the beginning of the pandemic for mine. Maybe it's going to cost you $70-$80 in a few years, 10 years, or the equivalent, because obviously our money's debased. There is a town called Mouse in Canada. I remember we could only play GTA in school. Oh man, you talking about the first GTA? I never was able to play GTA in school. They would have found that shit. We did have. There were certain games you could, something like online games you could play at school. Oh, computer class, and then we. Oh shit, in the '90s, yeah, that we were playing Sim City and what the fuck else?
Did that hurt? Had to hurt. But our hero's still on his feet. No second take needed.
I've had breakfast that did more damage.
I'm glad I'm starting to get a little bit better at this fucking. Oh man, can't get back out. But yeah, that's gonna suck. It's gonna suck. But at the same time, I would say it is being overstated. This death has been long coming. First off, it's funny that now is when people are getting upset. It's like, hey man, you should have said something 10, 15 years ago, man. Nobody, yeah, in the 90s, nobody in the hood had a computer. I didn't get a computer to the early 2000s. So yeah, if you're talking about the 90s, actually my cousin did, because that's how I played Doom. I just mentioned Doom. My cousin from Chicago, yeah, that was around the time they moved. They've been in Detroit longer than I have now. But they had a computer, and I used to go over to their house and play Doom 2. That was mind-blowing, Doom 2. And then when we got a 64, and you could play fucking 007, literally every fucking weekend, between work friends and family, you know, my parents' work friends and family, we would come over and we would all play 007 and just take turns on 007 and on the 64. Ah man, that was just shit. Got Far Cry at a LAN party. I remember LAN parties. I remember because remember it was tough to get internet that worked like that. Because we're still in the dial-up days of internet when the LAN party's going. So there was actually this is when we moved. There was a cafe, and they had the computer. They would let you do LAN parties. They had what was it? They had good internet. So you could actually play online and do all this cool shit that you couldn't. So yeah, maybe you got a computer, but your internet was probably dial-up till about 2006. And then that's when the good internet came, and that's when the game really got fucked up. That's when MySpace became a thing, at least for me, and the whole game got fucked up then. Somebody over here. Proxy mine taller than lab. Oh, the putting the mines in the toilet. Proximity mine. 007 GoldenEye was the original COD. Obviously, you couldn't play online, but just that multiplayer, that 4-screen, and then I mean, everybody's screen look that wasn't even thought of because obviously we're all literally watching the same CRT fucking screen. Of course, you're gonna scream look. Golly, look at how you got splattered. Shit. I know it's animated, but fuck. You gotta knock the fuck out. You ain't kicking out of that shit. Shit. With my face. You read worse? What? Okay. What did I read bad? You read worse. What did I read worse? I'm lost. When it comes to brutality. Oh. Oh shit. Still, I just wouldn't. This is a cartoon. I ain't expecting fucking all his blood being splattered. It was just like, holy shit. And I know blood been splattering all the whole fucking game, but it's just like, damn. I don't know. It just took me for a loop. I guess because at close range, this does more damage and has more physical damage. So I was just a little closer. So I knocked the fuck out of that dude. Oh shit! Fuck, falling asleep. Sorry guys. This keeps happening. I don't know why. Speaking of blood, hopefully my blood is good. I think it's just the position I have my foot. Because I usually when I play games, I play with controller. And, oh shit, wrong bullet. Wrong button, and that sucked to hit that button right there. I was just about to say, but the way they give you ammunition, they kind of make you use multiple weapons. So you don't fall in love with one. Which is actually kind of cool. But you gotta constantly switch weapons. Oh yeah, happy 4th of July! All the guns in this game you like, fair enough. Yeah, I like the, this one is actually pretty brutal too. It's fucking hit motherfuckers with acid.
Yes, artists. Turning caffeine and panic attacks into someone else's success.
Oh, sure, I'm just killing the writers. Writer almost got fucked up. July 3rd. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Little birds.
Well, honestly, actually, it is. It's July 4th for me because I'm what the fuck? Because I am off today. I actually have to work the 4th because it's a government holiday. They observe the holiday on Friday, so government-wise, it is July 4th. Shit, where is... Shit, I got 2 shots. Oh, no, no. I'm off a little day. Smoked a lot of marijuana just to make sure it was marijuana. Did my part. I've been smoking less. I kind of want more right now. I've been pretty, this job shit has got me. It's got me really crazy stressed. Part of it's just my fault because it's probably a blessing in disguise, and I just got to go through the process, and it's gonna be tough. I hate the idea of looking for a job in this economy. I'm blessed that at least I have a little heads up to what's gonna happen, and because I could be looking for a job with no job, which if I wait too long I will be. And I don't know, I guess, and I done got used to working from home. I've been blessed. I'm a blessed dude. I'm complaining. Ooh,
Oh, the stance, the grit. You ought to swing by
these
sometime.
actresses' thoughts, man. This game got a lot of subtext.
Oh, damn. You up for casting too?
The fat actress. That's supposed to be Melissa McCarthy or some shit. Oh shit. Fuck. Get the fuck off me. You're the boss of this. There you go. But yeah, it looked like I mentioned the situation. For those who don't know, my job started to lay people off. My boss fucking hates me. I know what time it is. So, they still need me for now. Once they don't, it is what it is. So I gotta I'm sorry, I like that. Uh-oh, what the fuck is here? Who was this asshole?
Hey, you there. The name
Clark
Betty
Gable?
Lynch ring any bells?
Yeah, of course, but was that gunfire just now?
Yeah.
Like right outside?
Yeah.
Relax. They're just shooting a crime picture. Now about Betty. Where do I start looking?
Shooting.
Oh, I'm not sure. After, they cleared out her trailer and moved her stuff, she kind of disappeared. But I know a gal who knew Betty, a pyrotechnist back from the Seekers of the Holy Bree. She's on set today, so maybe it's worth a shot.
A shot I don't have to dodge for a change.
Look at Clark Gable. Was Clark Gable the one who was gay?
I hate crime stories.
There was one of these. Oh, Rock Hudson, I think is the guy. He was like an old school actor, but he was gay as fuck. Which honestly, a lot of motherfuckers is gay, but they just tried to act like motherfuckers wasn't gay. But motherfuckers gay as fuck. Hollywood always been gay. Hold on, that's supposed to be a secret thing. Okay. Why are you gay? You are gay. Don't rock like Hudson. Yeah, I think that was the dude name. Sit the fuck down. Blew his fucking head off. Like, this game is low key brutal, but it's animated, so it make it seem like it's not. I hate those guys. What up, people? Hey, Abomination AJ. Appreciate you being here. We're playing. Well, you may or may not like this game. I know you're a fan of animals, we'll say. This one's Mouse. Not sure if you're a fan of mice. Mouse PI. Or if you're a fan of early Disney. But if you are, and you like the Steamboat Willie era, this may be your thing. It's pretty fun. Pretty fun, as they are now calling it a boomer shooter, which means it kind of has a Quake, Doom, Halo type feel. As I get murked. Streaming tomorrow. Okay, what time? I'll try to, since I'm actually off. I'll try to catch it. There's a chance I sleep all day and do nothing. So that's a risk. Okay, I'll do this over again then. But about what time do you think you'll start streaming? And do you already have the stream set up? Because at least people can have a link. What's two of them? I wonder if it's fucking It's set up. All right, toss the link, and people can save it and check it out tomorrow, man. I remember you used to stream with people because I don't know if you stream any topics, anything you plan on talking about. Remember, anyone here, you always feel free to plug whatever you guys got. Pause. Lord knows it's tough to promote yourself in these streets of rage in this day of time. Okay, who else want to fuck with Hollywood
Oh
Court?
no! Our hero might be walking straight into a trap. Cat!
You call it a trap. I call it an all-inclusive adventure.
Surgical with this bitch, Jake. Surgical with this bitch, Jake. All right, check out Fizz's link. Check out his stream tomorrow. Surgical with this bitch. Actually, let me see what time it is myself, so I know. What are we talking about? Bad carnal comedy. Okay, it's Big Mouth. Oof, was not a fan of that. Never really got into it and didn't look that interesting, but. Guess we're gonna talk about that. That's what's up. Don't watch it. You don't want to hear about it. Fair enough. Fair enough. And the StreamYard link is there. So yeah, check it out. It'll be 4 p.m. my time, 5 p.m. Eastern, which I think, if I remember, you are in Georgia. I did see the guy who well, I remember he wants you to play zombies. Well, I remember the guy who wanted to play Fortnite with you. I don't know if I might have saw the guy who wanted to play zombies. Not sure if that was the same guy. Like I said, I was working and lurking and, you know, chiming in when I could. And then sometimes because I have an attention span, I would watch other videos. You know what? I'm gonna make a video on the hopefully I get it out tomorrow. I keep saying I'm gonna resurrect the sports channel. VigilanteWilliamson Vengeance. It was a sports channel back in the day. I'm gonna make a video about this damn Jaylen Brown trade, cause I think they're finding out what happens with private equity getting to sports, and they knew this was happening. That's why they, you know, when they started to call the owners governors, they kind of tried to make it to be some woke type shit, like, oh, we don't use the term owner anymore. That wasn't the reason. The reason they wanted to appoint a governor is because they knew that private equity was coming, and they knew that would be means that's companies who are owning these teams, not people anymore. And they knew that was coming, and they wanted to make sure somebody had their foot to the fire on these decisions. And I say all that because the Boston Celtics are now owned by a private equity firm. I forgot the guy who has his name as the governor, but it's a private equity firm that owns it. And there's a lot of reasons for that Jaylen Brown trade, but the main reason is saving money. It's about time some of these people who follow sports, who still believe in the mythology of sports, get a wake-up call. That's not my choice. That's the game choice. And you know that not
already yawning.
That was not. As somebody who's named after a classic film himself, you know that this is the aesthetic of that time. So you're being facetious, I would say. Oh shit. Anyone else want to fuck with Hollywood Court? There's a lot of people who still believe in the mythos of sports. And no matter how often it's shown that that mythos is dead and gone, they don't understand it. And so this is another thing. Hey, they don't care about winning. You don't have to care about winning. Baseball's dealing with that. Most of the teams don't compete. Basketball's dealing with it too. Most of the teams don't compete. Why compete? I get 5, 8, 900 million just waking up off this, if not more per year, just waking up, just rolling out, just to be a terrible ungodly bad franchise. If I'm the New York Jets, you know what I mean? I make God knows how much money, whether that team is good or not. Even if I'm a historically bad franchise, who gives a fuck? No, there doesn't matter. It matters to some owners some of the time, and really it doesn't matter to most of the owners. They just like, oh, it'd be cool to have a championship. I guess the Dodgers care. And even they only care because they make so much ungodly money that they might as well care type shit. Like, oh, we might as well give a fuck because we have our own network and there's so many fans out in LA. So we might as well give a shit. You know what I'm saying? Oh shit. But they don't really care. You know what I'm saying? They don't really care, and there's no incentive to care. These sports are so profitable off the strength of just existing. There's very little incentive to put that extra effort into being a winning team. Fucking bullets this guy eats. Fucking bullet sponge. I'm out of bullets. Shit. Fuck out of here. Shit. Y'all got JJJ and Laurie. I heard a rumor that we maybe trade. Y'all listen. I hope they don't do this for your sake, Tom Jensen, because that would be fleecing. But trading Jalen Duren for Laurie Marketing, I'm like, shit. I'll do that in a heartbeat. I'll break my neck trying to make that damn trade if I'm the Pistons. Because we're not going to re-sign him. He's going to want to sign and trade so he can get the most money. But honestly, I don't think anybody's going to pay Duren. He might have to come back. I don't think anybody's going to pay Duren. Because nobody wants to deal with that second apron. Which it kind of is bullshit, because where does that money go? I think it just goes to the league. And that second apron really puts a hamper on people wanting to win. They're like, fuck, we're not about to pay extra money just to, you know what I mean? You got the cheapest owners ever. They're not about to pay extra money just to try to win when it's already profitable. Yeah, everybody's cap space is destroyed now. So there's already, unless they want to go over that second apron, and no team really wants to. Not even the good, you know. And again, they don't have to. What's the worst franchise in the league?
All right, everyone. 5-minute break. Rocky's stuck. Again.
Probably, we might say the Kings, right? You happen to mention them. Let's say the Sacramento Kings are so fucking laughably profitable. You know what I mean? Just to be the Sacramento Kings and be kind of trash. You know what I mean? You make so much fucking money in this day and age as a sports team with the sports deal. Now, they did get some issue with the deals with some of the, at least the NBA, actually, and the NFL. That they're starting to run out of money because these networks don't have the money, and even these streaming services aren't trying to get got. So you are starting to see that money slow up. Shout out to John Jones. Portland over the cap, yeah. But so all these franchises are already over the first quote unquote apron cap. They don't want to go over that second one. You can do it, but you just gotta pay extra money. You gotta pay like 50, 60 extra million. And you know what I mean? You're just paying money. You're paying money to pay money. It's like a tax bracket in reverse. So that's why you see, and because the cap kind of the cap was they thought the cap would go up more than it did. And so they were spending like the money was going to do something that it didn't do. They were spending like in the past few years, they were spending like crazy. and then all of a sudden the cap slowed down because the cap goes up each year, right? And I'm not an expert on this shit, so don't, quote me. I'm giving my best understanding on how this shit works. Shit, how much these fucking weapons? Cap is bullshit. They only did it once. Yeah, maybe. Would they really raise the cap? And this isn't the first time they've done that. Back in the day, it hurt Kevin Garnett's career for the longest time. There were, I don't know if they were capless in the 90s, but the cap was looser. And then all of a sudden, Kevin Garnett signs this massive contract with the Minnesota Timberwolves to re-sign. And then the next year they came out with a very strict cap. So basically he was signed from a different era. And they just could not put people around him because of his massive contract, because he was the highest paid player at that time for some years.
Thanks, man. You're a lifesaver. And hey, from one action hero to another, you've got some real Tomb Raider chops yourself, man.
Yeah.
Oh, you talking about that 2016? There were so many overpayments.
Yeah,
There's videos about that.
I can't think straight right now. We've been running this scene forever, and I got ulcers, so I took some.
Miles got 80
medication,
man.
a lot of it.
Remember, was it Chandler
and,
Parsons?
Now I really can't make that next jump.
There were so
but
many
Byron,
crazy
wait a minute.
contracts that year.
What kind of medication does that?
It's just some Spike D pills. Don't stress it. The real issue is, you gotta do this scene for me. And to pull it off, you gotta master an ancient technique of the tail whip.
Oh, what now?
Basic adventurer stuff. Why am I even explaining this? So, climb up there, pull the lever, swing over the gaps midair, grab the last golden idols, put
I
them
can't
back
remember
on the
all of them,
pedestal.
but
Boom.
it wouldn't shock me. Yeah, a lot of people.
Just roll, right? Bless you, kid. You're saving my skin and my bladder.
Tobias Harris is the highest paid player to never make an All-Star team. Career earnings wise. So many players have so many people, but we're starting to see that. Despite what I'm saying about how profitable teams are, the NBA and sports in general, they're starting to hit their limit of profitability. They've been taxing Q. Okay, I messed it up. I can swing like fucking Spider-Man. Oh man, I'm fucking this up. 'Cause I was trying to think. Basically, these networks are running out of money. They can't just pay these motherfuckers whatever the fuck they want. And as a result, they're starting to contract a little. The shit hasn't really hit the fan for the NBA or really any of these leagues. And shout out to hockey, because hockey, their gimmick is they're just living off the they're not as relying on TV. Well, I ain't saying they ain't relying. Everybody wants this TV money. Don't get me wrong, but they're living off their gate. That's what hockey. So, which is probably smarter because it's living off the TV money. That's why teams don't care about selling out anymore. That's why they don't really care about gates. They don't really give a shit. Because everything's TV money, TV money.
Moves, kid. Quite the Tomb Raider indeed.
But that's starting to run dry. I already talked about the local networks can't pay their bills off of anymore. The local networks can't pay their bills off of the sports rights, where they used to be able to.
Ah, crap.
Oh shit! I'm dead. fucking this up. Okay, hold on. It will hit the fan when it start getting less money on the max. Maybe. It'll hit the fan once it'll hit the fan. I don't know if it's the next time, one of the next 2 or 3 times they negotiate with these networks. That's when it'll hit the fan. Oh my God, I keep forgetting what button it is to do this damn swinging thing. This game is getting way too many mechanics for me to try to fucking use a keyboard, right? I gotta say that. Oh my fucking God, I can't. I hate this. This is where I'm starting to just hate this. Oh yeah, Rudy Gobert had a crazy contract too. I know, but I'm gonna keep fucking this up because that's what I do. Oh, fuck me. Goodness. $100 million for one appearance. There we go.
Well, that got me somewhere.
Sheesh. Oh shit. No matter fucking. You know what? Blow this fucking up. I ain't doing this dumb shit. Who the fuck? See, they paid him $100 million. That's crazy. Because you know what the crazy part is? They don't pay you $100 million to lose money. They must have thought he was worth it. But like I was trying to say, as I kept fucking these parts up, that's what she said. There used to be a local network. Excuse me. We used to have Fox. Oh, I should have waited. Fox Sports Detroit, Fox Sport whatever, Fox Sport New Orleans. These local networks, they would show the local teams, usually basketball, baseball, and hockey. If they had all three, or they would be regional. Sometimes you had like Fox Sports Midwest, Mid-South, all this other shit. And the way you made money is you would buy for one, sell for two, like everything else. So you paid whatever for the media rights, and then you sold advertising, and that's how you made money. And so what you were able to, enough people would watch these games locally, not on ESPN, not on whatever, ABC, TNT, that you could sell advertising to the local, Windows and American Jewelry alone as your no, they never did commercials, but whatever, you just the local shit, cause you could sell advertising to the local fucking companies, and you were cool. You made enough money off of the games, people watching the games, that you could sell the advertising and be cool, because what you paid for the media rights, you made back. Well, in this day and age, they're not making it back no more. So whatever they're paying for the media rights to get all the games on local, what's it called, Bally Sports now, they're not getting that money back when they sell advertising. And people just don't watch TV as much. And here's the other thing, people aren't really watching these games as much. The only games people really are watching like that are playoff games for both playoff baseball and basketball and football. But they're no longer watching the mid game. Just, it's a game and it's just, and they used to hype those up. Oh, it's a game in August in baseball that's just, okay. I remember when the fucking when Barry Bonds, anytime he faced Gagne for the Dodgers, that was like a big deal, right? And you didn't know, first off, you didn't even know if they would see Gagne because, you know, he's a closer. So if they weren't in a closing situation, and you don't know if Bonds is going to be matched up with him, but the idea that maybe you could see Bonds versus Gagne, that was enough to sell a fucking random ass game in August or in July or whenever. Or for basketball, oh shit, the Suns is going against the Pistons. Got the best offense versus the best defense. What's going to happen in this random game in February or in January? Well, now nobody gives a shit about those games. We only wait for the fucking playoffs. So a lot of that entry that these leagues used to sell off of, they don't sell off of no more. Nobody gives a shit. We just all wait to the playoffs for most of these sports. Maybe if you're a diehard, you follow throughout. Like I've been watching because I have T-Mobile. They give you like a free MLB TV thing, so I watch that. You know, it's cool. I don't know if I'd pay for it, but it's free, so I ain't got to. $50, you wish. That's $50 to park to see SGA foul bait.
You the pyrotechnist?
It's like
Right.
$150
Best. Need something to go boom? You came to the right gal.
per ticket.
As much as I enjoy blasting, no, not today. I need info on a Betty Lynch.
Betty? Yeah, I knew her all right. Oh, real shame what happened.
Oh, you for the
Good
stream?
gal,
Yeah, that's
fiery,
right.
Like a
Shit, I think it's still more than that for the streaming.
Sweet too. Always brought me sparkling water. Spike D, top of the line.
Did you notice anything off about her before she died?
I think
Maybe
the stream.
acting strange, meeting with the wrong kind of people.
Man, my man, this is Tinsel Avenue. That's like asking if a cheese with holes has holes in it.
Let's just focus on the holes in her story for now, huh?
Well, Betty was a little quirky, but yeah. Now that I think of it, she met with some guy pretty often. All low profile. Never left a trailer when he was around. Real fancy schmancy suit type. You know how they are. Can't resist a rising starlet.
I hear her trailer's gone.
Oh yeah. They packed up her stuff, shoved it into one of the generic dressing rooms. Standard practice when someone checks out.
Oh? Where is it?
Just past the medieval set. Can't miss it. I made sure of that. So, you need any explosions? Dynamite? Maybe extra dynamite, eh? Tick, tick, boom!
She has dynamite next to her. But yeah, and you're not wrong that a lot of companies are spending so much on ads. Marketing has become such a thing, and they're less. Ads have never been less effective, never, because we all seen commercials before. There was a point in time in life, believe it or not, where ads were actually an important thing. There are certain commercials people remember.
It's just a few plywood.
If you
boards.
talk about that damn Apple computer, Macintosh computer ad from the 80s that everybody, not everybody, but people who were around talk about, that's before my time. But it helped launch Apple as a company. If you were of my time and you remember seeing that first Matrix ad during the Super Bowl commercial where you didn't know shit about Matrix, there is no internet to... Actually, Matrix was one of the first things I used to... Matrix and wrestling was one of the first things I wanted the internet for, because you could... They had all this special content. That DVD, that Matrix DVD had so much special content, and some of it you could use the internet for. I'm like, oh my goodness, it's so cool. But like, if you saw that, that was one of the best trailers I've ever seen in my life, because they did not explain shit about the Matrix. You just saw the scene of him doing that fallback, dodging the bullet thing. It was like, what the fuck is this? What in the fuck could this possibly be? What is the Matrix? And that shit was coming out like the next week, or no, like a month from then. I think it came out in March. And it was like, what the fuck is this? So everybody wanted to see it because of that fucking commercial, right? It's not remembered in the story of the Matrix, but it should be. It was like that commercial sold it. But nowadays, you see so much ads. I think ads could still be effective if they were better. They're so terrible, and now they're GPT generated and shit. Yeah, now that's the thing. Trailers show you that. That's another issue. Trailers show you the whole movie. When you saw that first Matrix trailer, you didn't know shit. I remember watching the movie when we first went to see the movie. You still go the first, what, half hour, now you don't know what the fuck is the Matrix. Oh, I'm getting jumped. I was getting jumped. But you go the first 45 minutes and still don't really quite know what the fuck the Matrix is. And then when he explains it to you, like, oh, hell no. So yeah, that shit was so effective. That shit was so effective. I think part of advertising's effectiveness was going to end because we see so many ads. But part of it's quality of the product, quality of the ad, man. If you got a classic movie with a classic trailer, yeah, you can succeed. You know what I'm saying? Shit, there's other classic commercials. The Joe Green
What is best in life?
Coke commercial.
Grate some parm. Watch the cheese melt and hear the joyful squeaks of my dinner guests.
That Joe Green, throwing the Coca-Cola food. Oh, no, he threw his jersey at the kid. That was a classic commercial. The Billie Jean remix for Pepsi with a young Carlton Banks before he was Carlton Banks dancing with Michael Jackson. There's a few of those commercials out yet. But again, all these commercials I'm talking about, almost all of them are before my time. It's not like I didn't see that. I think they may have replayed the Pepsi Generation commercial. I'm done. This is a wrap. Oh man, it's a wrap. But I wasn't around for the Joe Green commercial. You did have the Budweiser and the What's Up. I think it's some classic commercials. And I'm trying not to think just Super Bowl commercials. Kane, Chef Boyardee, the wrestling Chef Boyardee. You had Kane, you had The Rock, you had Mankind. You had. This was a partially Super Bowl, but they had what was the guy, the Office linebacker? He was tackling people in the office. Oh yeah, the progressive girl. Shit, you want to talk about some other effective marketing? And it killed. Oh man, I'm dead. This is gonna be tough. What's the fuck I'm talking about? Motherfucking Subway. The two things that built their brand, killed their brand. The $5 footlong and Jared. Because that story about Jared losing weight, that kept Subway. That made Subway $1 billion company. Geico, that caveman commercial, those series of commercials were pretty good. They had the gecko for a long time, but the so easy a caveman could do it, and then he was all offended, and you had the caveman guy, and then that fucking song they played, those commercials had some impact too. The I forgot that song, but they played that shit, blew up because of the fucking commercial. It was like a kind of electronica song. Yeah, Jared was a creeper, and their brand, between Jared being a creeper and the end of $5 footlongs, they'll never recover from that shit. That was a double whammy, because those were the big. That was all Subway was known for, was Jared and the $5 footlongs. So if both are gone, that's it. That's your brand. Where the fuck am I getting hit from? That was the end of the brand. And so, plus they franchised so many of them bitches. The Camel. I don't know. I vaguely remember the Camel. Hey, Rave. The Return of Little Caesars. Little Caesars never left. Shit, I remember. It's been a while because I haven't had pizza in a while. Last time I went to Little Caesars, it was like, and listen, the service not great. Last couple times I went to Little Caesars, because actually the internet, shout out to, who is that creator that had that viral moment about Little Caesars? Boy, they not paying him enough. They got to give him the bag, because he helped Little Caesars. He helped a lot of people remember, like, oh yeah, when Little Caesars was there for you, what y'all got against Little Caesars? You don't remember when they was there for you? That hit people emotionally. Brother, I am not bullshitting. Those fucking hot and ready pizzas, When I tell you that my family, we lived off hot and readies when we was broke and I was a younger vigilante, that's some real shit, man. When they was there for you, that shit went viral and that shit went crazy because a lot of people remember. Yeah, you know what? We didn't have much. If you was broke, Little Caesars and Redbox, before they had Netflix and chill, that gave you movies in the meal for the low. And it, you know, a lot of people will be nostalgic about the 90s and like Blockbuster and Pizza Hut, but if you didn't have it like that in the 2000s into the early 10s, Little Caesars and Redbox, that was the shit to have. So that shit went viral, and a lot of people like, you know what? And you know what else helped them? Every other fucking thing getting trashed. So like, if you know, Pizza Hut falling off, because Pizza Hut used to be the shit. Don't nobody want to go. I ain't thought about Pizza Hut because they got a deal like a $10 pizza. I'm like, man, I don't even want this shit. I don't even want this shit. So, you know, they kind of fell off. So it's like, you know, Papa John's fell off. They should have, you know, I know he may or may not have been racist. They should have never got rid of the actual guy, Papa John. Their pizza was so much better back then. So all these pizza companies falling off, Little Caesars have stayed in the same place. It's still cheap. It's still mid. It's still solid. And it's like, man, fuck this shit. I'll grab some Little. You can get Little Caesars cheaper than you can get a lot of things and still not have to cook. So a lot of motherfuckers will do it. Little Caesars not that expensive here. I don't know, you know, we got Little Caesars next to the Blockbuster. Now, these other brands, McDonald's actually losing money because they made their shit so expensive. I don't know what the hell McDonald's was thinking. And McDonald's losing money. I mentioned Subway. I don't know where Taco Bell is. But I haven't got Taco Bell in forever, man. It took 2 drivers to get my pizza to my house. So I go pick it up. They had you waiting to drive for an hour. Pizza sat for an hour for you? Oh, fuck that. Yeah, fuck McDonald's. McDonald's got too pricey. I don't know what the hell they was thinking. So yeah, if you want some McDonald's, it's way more expensive than what it once was. And actually, you know who's profiting off of McDonald's? And another company that's come back, you talk about the food game, is Chili's. Chili's and Applebee's, which were on death's door because of the prices. You know what I mean? A lot of people are going to Chili's. A lot of people are door dashing Chili's and Applebee's, and so they're making a comeback. Motherfucking Chili's and motherfucking Applebee's, because it's like, well, I might as well get Applebee's instead of getting McDonald's. That's what a lot of people think, and they're right to think that, honestly. Did I already save? I'm about to save them yet. Can never save too many times. Never even heard of Chili's till now? Wow, that makes me feel crazy. Yeah, Chili's. That was another effective ad while we talking about commercials. Chili's baby back ribs. Chili's baby back ribs. Barbecue sauce. I want my baby back. Oh shit, Green Arrow.
Career change. You wear that piece like it's made for you.
I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back. I want my baby back, baby back. That commercial, it was just them singing about Chili's baby back ribs, and that shit blew up. That was the pre-viral era of the 90s, early 2000s. Chili's baby back ribs, barbecue sauce. Chili's baby back ribs. The younger people in the crowd are probably, what the fuck? Like, Fizz has never even heard of Chili's. I'm sure you think I'm fucking retarded, but I'm telling you, this shit got over like Rover back in the day. I want my baby back, baby back. Pay $14 for Whataburger, might as well go to Chili's. That's what a lot of people are saying, and Chili's has kind of come back off of that. Even people just ordering carry out. And then that's another thing. Now in this day and age, you don't really have to sit down if you want some Chili's. So you could just go or some whatever. You could just order online and then pick it up. And you good. And so that's led to kind of a resurgence for brands that otherwise was going to die. Plus, you know, $20, fucking half a Big Mac, some soggy fries. Fuck all that. So I haven't had McDonald's in forever. Had an Arby's in-store pickup, and when you got there, they told you the lobby was closed. So that's fucking crazy. I don't know how Arby's is around. I do know the company that owns Arby's owns other brands. And I don't know if Arby's was the first company, so I don't know if that's just a nostalgia brand for them. But I don't know if Arby's justifies itself. Sit-down restaurants are cheaper. You said fat food, 40 and slip or not. You're not wrong, and that's why those sit-down restaurants are starting to have a resurgence. And again, even if you don't want to sit down, you can just, all right, I'm about to just put it on the app. Hopefully you don't have what happened to you. That's crazy. But I'll just grab the app and just fucking order it like that. And just pick the shit up. Oh shit, you about to clap, bro. Get the fuck out the way. Oh fuck. I am running all the way out of ammo, man. Chili's baby back ribs, barbecue sauce, Chili's baby back ribs. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back. I want my baby back. My phone's not in this room. It's charging. Why did you send me some crazy shit on Instascam just to? Because I sent you whatever the fuck I sent you on Instascam while you was streaming. By the way, check out Richard's stream from earlier if you like watching streams. We know people watch the playback, and I keep hitting the wrong buttons. I think I left it on. How? What do you mean? I know comics by Perch. I've watched some of his channels sometimes. He hates Arby's. Everybody hates Arby's. Believe it or not, there was a time where Arby's had a decent. Maybe it might have been. You know, like still watching your stream. It could have been. That could have been the last thing I was watching. Trust you, Vig. I know it's charging, so I don't. You know. I don't know. Now maybe I'm accidentally streaming darkness, you know, some shit, or something is going on. I don't know, but Arby's used to have 5 for $5.95. Yeah, it was 5 for $5 and 5 for $5.95. When they had that, people would go to Arby's. They had mozzarella sticks, turnovers, and I forgot what sandwich they had, but people were going to Arby's because it was cheap. That era of the value meal and the value shit. And honestly, man, you know, I was fat as fuck. But I feel like this shit is worse. Yeah, the curly fries. Arby's was not hated. Arby's was not a joke in the 5 for $5, $5.95 era. They were a real competitor. They mattered, believe it or not. But they fucked that up. When they got rid of that, that was it. Price matters. I don't know if I ever ate Arby's ever. No, I wouldn't. This was before they had the meats. Honestly, I'm old, brother. This is before Arby's had the meats. I'm not even when I say that, I swear on everything on love. I'm not even bullshitting. That was not their slogan back then. So that's how we're talking about back in the days, man. We're talking about a land before time type shit. Oh, shit. So. Pause. Yeah, no meats. Oh shit.
cold fondue
Look at this shit.
for breakfast. Nothing new for a trench coat.
Who else want to fuck with Hollywood Court? But yeah, that was all, that's before y'all time. And I'm not
this
trying to
must
do the
be the
old man
place.
thing. It's just the reality. By the time y'all was even 8, Arby's had already fallen off. 8, 9. But, by 2010, Arby's was over. It was done. It was just that early to mid 2000s, 2005, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I love the 5 for 5 too. Tom Jensen was just talking about it. That was their gimmick. And then they went up to $5.95 for a couple years. But after it was priced out of that was it. That it was basically the end of Arby's. And so, by 2010, 11, they were already long gone. It was just that 2004 to 2009, whatever that time period was, that was the time that they were really kind of, just, I ain't even going to say successful. They still were behind Burger King and Wendy's and McDonald's and everything. But they were ahead of where the fuck they are now, where I don't know how they even stay in business. Where no one knows how they stay in business, and it's fucking miraculous myth. Search for clues, fucking hell. The meat thing, the meat thing is recent, 10, 15 years. But it's a few people young, Richard and Fizz are a little bit younger. So that's all y'all would know is the meats. Most of your life has been, we have the meats. Pause. That wild ass slogan. That's a wild slogan too. Like, what the fuck? But I guess it's memorable and the brand is so damaged, they'll take that shit. The fact that they kept it, it's like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? But their parent company keeps buying up brands. I mentioned Pizza Hut. I think Pizza Hut is one of the new brands they just bought. All you know is we have the meats. That's all y'all would know. I could look online and get the exact years of all this. I'm doing kind of guesstimates, because I don't remember it exact. Hey, Scrambles, appreciate you being back. Was that was driving, no worries. We were talking about I guess the history of fast food. The history of fast food. Back when Arby's and Subway mattered.
Now that's a clue. A big mouse party meeting, and standing right next to Betty, the mayoral candidate, Milford, what's his name? High stakes
Oh
games,
shit!
high
You
rolling
just got
friends.
germanium fuzz
But
face
the higher
pedal.
you climb,
Dope,
the harder you fall.
dope. Those germanium pedals are like super sought after. They're aren't they? Oh, that's the leave. No, we're not gonna leave yet. Super sought after. Apparently, they used to be cheap. Talk about no. I don't know them to be anything other than super expensive. Those fucking germanium. Oh, this is pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Those germanium pedals. She even germanium. They want a lot for anything with germanium in it. Germanium preamps. Sounds so good. Hold on. You said you paid $104. That's not bad. Plus 15 shipping. That's not bad. Yeah, like I said, some of those fuzz pedals, since Dunlop FFM2, well, some of those fuzz pedals, people want $200-300 for. Oh, these one of the hard ones. Okay, I gotta lock in. Cause it's dancing. Shit. I fucked up. I always fuck those up. Who knows the shit I'm missing out of those fucking things? And it's like nothing I can do. Can I like shoot it or something? Let's see. That's shitty. Shit. Super shitty. Whatever. Okay, I guess just quit. Alrighty. Oops. Seems like this Betty was getting around like the great Machiavelli. Some may say, that girl is poison. Poison. That girl. It's driving me out of my mind.
Finally,
That's
ditch
why
that
it's
pencil
hard
stench.
for
Now
me
it's time
to
for a quick
find.
word with Vivian.
It's driving me out of my head. Kiss her, miss her, love her. Wrong movie, dead. That girl is poison. I know I'm messing up the lyrics. I'm sorry. I do my best. Never trust a big button to smile. That girl is poison. What happened to the dude that was missing? It's just like, fuck him.
Make sure to upgrade your boomsticks, Jack. More bang for your buck, right?
New Kids on the Block did rip off, but that was Biv DeVoe, technically, not New Edition. But they, New Kids on the Block was a rip off. I mean, not to bring nationalities and things like that into it, but that was the idea is, hey, we need a white New Edition, so we came up with New Kids on the Block. And in fact, the guy, I believe, I don't know if it was the producer, manager, I think he was involved with New Edition. Then he came up with New Kids on the Block, Backstreet Boys, and NSYNC. And allegedly, he liked them young, and he liked the youth. So I'm not sure. You guys can look into that and fact check me. I'll tell you one thing: Pizza Hut experience put you off DoorDash. Not going to do delivery on everything. I do use DoorDash, especially since I moved. Because it's like, I used to be right next to everything, and now I'm not. It's like, I don't know what's really going on. Lou Pearlman, small time knows. Yeah, that's the guy. He died, thank goodness. I think it was based out of Orlando. Oops, that was not what I meant to do. I think that was just the animation. Boss made a germanium tone bender with Solid Sound British company. Made the original. See, that's what I mean. They were $350 brand new. They only made 3,000, so now they go for double. So that's what I mean. That's when you said germanium fuzz. I know those pedals go for a lot. Oh, this is the same actress that So yeah, they be fucking they be wanting a lot for those germanium fuzz pedals of any brand. And Lord knows, I've always liked Boss pedals. I hate that Boss is kind of, I'm glad for them and Roland that they're popular, but like now it's like it's a trend. Shit, I might actually get some ammo. And so like a lot of people are into Boss pedals now, and it's like, it's kind of made it it's made them way more expensive than they used to be. I'll tell you that. You used to be able to get like the old, what's it, DS1, which nobody liked. Nobody used to like the DS1 back in the days. It was thought of as like a shitty cheap pedal. It's like $40-50. Now I think it's like 90 new. It's like shit. And then certain ones, if it has like certain stickers or different, I don't remember all, but if if it's a different sticker or a different color screw, is worth more. If it's from Japan, it's like, fuck this. This was like a $50 pedal when I was a kid. Now it's like a boutique thing.
Sup, Jack? Need a drink?
Make it a double, John. I got a new case, courtesy of an old friend.
So it took 2 drives to
Yeah?
get your
What
order,
is
which
it?
is fucking weird. One guy
Apparently
showed up the
shrooms
order,
are
next guy
disappearing
showed up
from
with
their
your
hood,
cold food.
like a cheese grenade.
That's
1 minute
weird.
there and poof, the next they're gone.
Wouldn't be the first time, Jack. No, sir.
Okay, 70
course
new. That's
it's
not
the
as
smaller
bad. I
one's
thought it were
fault.
higher than that, but still 70 new is
Maybe
not
they
that bad.
just grew too big.
What do you mean?
But yeah, some
Well,
different,
it's
like I said, you
thinking
know,
all
you
over
could probably
again.
get it for 40, 50
Didn't I tell you
used
that story before?
if you're lucky.
You're gonna
But
need
like
a
if it's a
refill for
special
this one.
edition,
I certainly will
not
not
to talk
say
over
no.
them.
The drink's on the house, but the story comes with a price, my friend. I'm
Boss
a
pedals will
working
love it and
shrew.
hate it.
I'm happy
They
to
seem to
fill
have a
your
resurgence
glass,
now because of the
but my
internet.
younglings
A lot of
need their
hipsters, the new hipsters
You
are
don't
in the
have
boss.
kids, John.
Well, none the courts can prove. Anyway, Shrew Thicket. Those were the days.
DS1 was the first pedal.
We
too,
did
that's
it, Jack. Carved out a little slice of shrew heaven here on this very soil. Ran legitimate businesses. Real honest work. Judges, bankers, coppers, businessmen. We had them all. All of our own ink. Nice homes, white picket fences, big families, all that jazz.
So what happened?
There is a scale in this world, Jack. Invisible, but
That's
it's
the way
there.
you're saying the outcome.
Measures us all. When you're a little rodent and you get bigger, there is a chance, a slim one, but real, that you'll outgrow yourself. Reach places you never thought you could. And in this world, there's always someone bigger who'll clip your tail just because they can. So they clip and clip until you're stuck at the bottom and there ain't no Shrew Thicket anymore. Maybe I'll pour
Yeah, I was gonna
myself
say
one.
to answer your question, Rave. No, not in this day and age, because nowadays, if you had, there's so many VSTs, even free VSTs, you would need at least some sort of way of using
Well,
the
you were
computer.
right, Wanda. I found
But
something
with the
at
computer and
studio after all.
iPad and shit like that, there's a lot of different
Is
effects.
very interesting, Jack.
More interesting than a truck full of spiked D fondue or a truckload of bug.
Not only
cheese.
Feels like we're
are there
just
effects,
scratching
a
the
lot of
surface.
guitar that you're hearing
Mixing show business with
nowadays
politics,
is not even using
hardly a
pedals
recipe
or
for a
amps. They're
long
just
life.
using amp sims. They're not even using. He said, yeah, you can plug straight to the decent amp, get a good sound. That's true. There's a lot of good amps, and yeah, there are still some using amp, but a lot of people are not even using that. They're just plugging into their interface. They're using the amp sim. Shout out to what the fuck is the company? I have a bunch of their amp sims too. Neuro DSP and other companies, Bias FX. You know, there's a bunch of companies you can get different effects from. Use an amp sim to direct record. A lot of people do. A lot of guitars that you've heard the past 15 years have not been using real amps or real pedals. Straight in,
Monsieur Pepe,
they use the amp
have
sim
you
to
found
do
out
everything.
anything about my poor late friend?
You already got plenty of charm. Why bury it under that accent?
Oh, damn, I forgot. All right, Mr. Pepper, tell me.
Yeah,
Did you
Steamboat.
find anything at Tinsel's? Do you know who killed Betty?
Not yet, but it seems she was quite the socialite.
I'll,
She was getting
let's-
rather
I'm
close with
interested in
that,
the story. This is
what's his
become
face?
kind of
You know, the one
interesting.
running for mayor.
Oh, Sawyer? Milford Sawyer?
Bingo. She most likely got the Sawyer
There's a
for
lot
that
of stuff
dandy
going on.
spokesman for their party. Name's Curd, I believe.
Oh, Miles Curd. Yes, of course. Oh, the parties we threw. Ooh, such
be on falling for this
lavish affairs.
Hey, she talking about what's
So,
called Diddy
Mr.
parties and this
Pepper,
shit. There's a lot of shit.
How
I'm not
do
sure if
you
y'all
plan
follow
to
the
get
story, and I may be
close to
talking over it.
Sawyer? He's probably less approachable by men, shall we say? Particularly men
There's
in
a lot of
trench
stuff
coats
going
who
on in
ask
this
a lot
shit.
of questions.
That may be. I need to think this through.
Well, if I may, if Sawyer's unreachable, why not Miles Curd? He's a beast of a different sort altogether.
Not really, he's a mouse too. But I get your point.
Good. Mr. Pepper, I believe your best bet is to go and catch Miles. From what I gather, he's either throwing another party or cleaning up the mess at the Opera House. What's left of it, anyway.
Oh, someone made a mess at the opera. That's, truly barbarous. Well, I'll be on my way. Now that I think about it, Sawyer's note to Betty was real specific. Stupidly specific. Time to run it up the flagpole and see who salutes.
All right, so thought Disney would sue Mouse PI developers. Yeah, the Steamboat Willie is public domain. That's actually was it last year? Because that's when the trailer, the very first trailer came out. The day Steamboat Willie became public domain. So that was the whole kind of the point. They were developing this actually partially before then. They had to get that trailer out by then. So yeah, and then they got a bunch of these impulse response cabinets. You use the pedal. They got different cabinets. I don't know if it makes a difference. And then on a lot of these different amp sims, they have impulse. I've never really used impulse responses. What do you actually, Scrambles? What are your thoughts on impulse responses? Do you think they sound as good or close enough to the things they're supposed to emulate? And Fid says a Japanese live action movie about a serial killer who turns into mist, and it's called Human Vapor. Got a lull at the Diddy party. Boy, she's talking about the Clive Davis or whoever the fuck. I don't know who the big producer was back then, but she's talking about different parties, and he's sitting there falling for this thought. Shout out to D12 apparently. Detroit's in the building. So this game doesn't use any characters from well, it still uses the design. It definitely uses the design from those cartoons, you know. So they would still have to worry about that.
Dock's set now, just need a mooring point. I hate to ask, but Tam knows these waters better than I do.
One of Walt Disney's earliest cartoons had skeletons and was Diddy's skull and bones thing. Wow. Well, shit, even in Pinocchio, they talk about Epstein Island. That's to show you how far it go back. They call it Epstein Island, but it goes back before then. I heard Eddie Van Halen didn't use one. Oh, he might not have used no pedals. There was a lot of, you go back into the 70s and 80s, a lot of people, there were pedals around, especially in the 80s. There were a ton, but there were guitarists that just used amps. D12, Dwight Howard. I was thinking of more Bizarre, Conniver, Eminem, and Proof. Rest in peace, Proof. And not saying there aren't bands out there that are good. Yeah, see, that's the problem. I talked about this earlier, Ray. I'm a musician. I'm a bit of a musician myself. Shout out to the Green Goblin. And one of the people I've kind of come across with music, I kind of talk to from time to time. He does like a show, and he showcase other musicians that's pretty good. A lot of like smaller musicians, and there's a lot of those shows, honestly. And a lot of them are really good, different artists, different genres. And it's so difficult. Like, we have a fan base who are sick of the slop they get from the corporations. And then we have a bunch of artists who want to get who are good, who want to get their music out there and stay independent. But it's hard, and not just in music. It's like that with games, with movies, with whatever. There's a lot of talented people who, and look at this design, a lot of talented people who can't get their creativity to the masses or even their own audience. And there's a lot of people who are sick of the shit that we're getting, but there's no way to bridge the gap as of yet. I guess we have social media, right? But like the algorithm is its own gimmick, where being good at getting the algorithm doesn't necessarily mean you're good at whatever the fuck it is. So Scrambles is correcting us. Said Eddie Van Halen used pedals, phases, and regulators, etc.
I should keep my mouth shut before someone guessed who lit the match.
Hold on, now I'm reading more. I honestly just used the included IRs built into the IR2. Some people swap them up from other different brands and swear. Yeah, there's a lot. There's even free IRs or impulse responses online. I haven't really used them though. The first, what the fuck? Peter Pan. Oh yeah, Peter Pan had the Lost Boys. Apparently, Peter Pan. The guy is the guy who wrote Peter Pan, who may have been a pedophile. The guy who wrote Alice in Wonderland. One of them lived. I can't remember which one. Maybe both, because a lot of sick fucks. But one of those old school writers lived next to a family and kind of took over the family because like the dad had died and he was on some pedophile type shit. And I can't talk about it. And I can't not talk about it. I can't think about who it was. It was one of those old writers who came up with one of these classic, either Peter Pan or something. And shit, watch, it's not either Peter Pan or Alice in Wonderland. I can't tell you, but he was like he was actually like some pervert, and they made him out. I think they made a movie about him and tried to make him out like he was this generous guy, but he allegedly was a pervert. And speaking of perverts, Fizz hits us with the first public domain usage of Mickey Mouse is unfortunately Eric Larson and Savage Dragon when he forces himself or wants to force himself upon Malcolm's wife. What is it with comic? We talked about this, and I'll get into the PlayStation thing in a second, Rave. What is it with these comic writers and rape? What the fuck is wrong with these people? Probably Peter Pan. Apparently, Peter Pan is supposed to be based off the god Pan, the like mythical creature Pan, who apparently lures young men or some dumb shit. It's a lot of, this gay shit ain't new. Yeah, we did talk about it yesterday, but it comes up again. A lot of weird shit. And so Rave, we did talk a little bit about this. We started off about the end of physical media, quote unquote. My thoughts were, physical media has been dying for 20 years or 15 to 20 years. Where now you're noticing it. Now I'm shocked that everybody's up in arms all at once. When now this has been going on for fucking ever. The death of physical media. And we enabled this shit because we've been downloading games for 15, 20 years. So we can't then just get all upset. Now, listen, I still hate it. But we can't just then get all crazy when we've been basically. Oh, I fucked up. We've been basically enabling this shit. Yeah, a lot is wrong with these fucking comic writers. Hey, Wolverine Snicket, speaking of comics, appreciate you being here. Don't want to not say hi to people who show up. But we've been enabling the death of physical media for a while. Now, it's not going to die, but it is going to go niche. Like, okay, vinyl didn't die, right? Vinyl is really from the 70s on back. But people still buy. I haven't this year because I'm broke. Put everything into this house. But I will, if I have the money to, still buy a vinyl of an artist I like or a cool vinyl. I want to release vinyl one day. Shit. So yeah, but it's niche. It's niche. It's for collectors. It's not really for its own viability anymore, right? So let's see. So that's just gonna happen to a lot of other things, and even now, Sony specifically. Obviously, you won't be able to get. Oh shit, man! Let me go back in the circle. You won't be able to get PlayStation games physically because they're just not gonna have them. And it's just not going to be available. And then the new PlayStation obviously probably won't even have a disc drive option whenever that comes out. But you know what? I'm done with console gaming. I've been done with console gaming. I haven't purchased a new console since the 360. Now, like I said, shout out to Brojolani, my brother. It's not his real name, obviously. He's helped me out. The hell? Where'd you come from? With new consoles, he helped me get the PS5 and the PS4. But otherwise, I've been pretty done with consoles for a while. I've been on the PC kick. Now, obviously, that's gotten a lot harder because of the price of components. Now, there's a lawsuit that's going to take some time for RAM. We'll see how that plays out. The AI bubble will burst or at least slow down at some level at some point, and we'll see what happens to the pricing of components then. But for now, I think this game is going to hit a ceiling. I don't think people are going to be investing in new games. And by the way, the past 5 years, how many new games exist for any platform at all? A lot has been made about the Switch not having games. I would say none of these platforms have that many new games. And yeah, I know I'm playing a new game now, right? It's an indie game, though. Maybe you want to call it AA, whatever, you know. But, so, I think physical media is going to get into a niche collector, which has already been a niche collector type thing. It'll still exist. It may even have a resurgence. I talked about vinyl having a resurgence. So there you go. And I talked about, hey, the best answer is to pirate. And I'm about to start to read your comments. What up, Wolverine Snicket again? I'm done with modern gaming to an extent. Hey, first off, you got emulation. You can emulate a lot of games. Even though, you know, the price, if you want a dedicated emulator, it's a little bit of expense. But if you just use your PC or laptop, it's pretty economical to emulate games. You can emulate up to the Switch if you like. Though, yeah, the PS3 and beyond are a little bit more difficult to emulate. But as even Richard has shown, you can still emulate the PS3. So it may be a little choppy, but you can do it. So as far as gaming, you have, and not just gaming, just entertainment content in general. You have the internet. You can. Let me see what's the cost of a hard drive on Amazon right now. Amazon, because I was able to get a hard drive for like $100, like a 4 terabyte, 5 terabyte hard drive, not too long ago. But that was right when they said, "Hey, the price is about to go right the fuck up," and so I'm trying. Oh, Jesus. So I'm trying to see, like, okay, what is getting a hard drive, or if you prefer a burner, like a disk burner, and burning content, whichever you prefer. Like a USB hard drive right now, you can. Oof, that's still not good. Yeesh, it has gotten a lot more expensive, but you can get a terabyte for $100. I didn't pay that for my what I get, like 4 or 5 terabyte. Actually, I think can I check now? Is it plugged up? Hopefully it is. Seagate. What is this? Property. This is I got a 4 terabyte hard drive for like around $100 a few months ago, right as components were going up. So okay, $100 for a terabyte. That kind of sucks. But okay, you pay $100, you got a terabyte of information. You can download a lot of shit with that. And if that's not a thing, you want a USB drive, or if you got a PC old enough that already has a disk drive, you're already good. USB. And I know it's off screen because it tells me my zip code. So USB Blu-ray drive under $100, right? So you can get one for $50 to $70. A USB Blu-ray drive. I'm not sure about the burner support. You got to do your research. So around $100, you pay $200. You got a terabyte of information. Maybe you can get something better used on Amazon or eBay or the pawn shops. And Finding Neverland, maybe that is, I think you said it was about the Peter Pan author, Johnny Depp was him. I think that is the movie I'm thinking about. I think that is the guy. where I think Finding Neverland makes it like he's just this benevolent guy, and I think in the movie he falls in love with the mom, but in reality, yep, J.M. Barry. In reality, he had something a little weird. The Llewellyn Davies boys. Now they were apparently the inspiration of Peter Pan, but there were some rumors that he was he had a different type of interest into those young men. But I don't know that. You would have to do the research. You tell me. That's just a rumor, right? And so maybe it was bullshit. But yeah, done my game. If I owe nothing, I'll pay nothing. That's what's gonna have to happen. We enabled the gaming. And sorry if I'm reading your comments, but I'm on the soapbox now. We enabled these gaming companies to do everything they did the past 10 to 15 years when we kept pre-ordering games, even though they were unfinished, and we kept dealing with bullshit and kept buying the same games, kept buying Madden every year, COD every year, FIFA every year, or whatever other yearly or routinely released game. When we stayed on GTA 5 for 13 years and kept giving that, people are giving that money to this day, which is why it took so long for GTA 6 to come out and why they don't feel the need to even do a physical release. We enabled them with our interest and with our money to do whatever the fuck they want. And now maybe we finally have reached a breaking point. If there's a positive from this, that, okay, we're going to stop giving these motherfuckers money. Listen, I downloaded this game. It's a little different on PC because you don't have the same issues. If you have a game, you'll be able to launch it. But we've been enabling this shit, so I'm a little shocked that everybody's all up in arms now. I mean, this was inevitable, and we've been enabling it the past 15 years. So, but I'm glad people are mad because this is bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. So if you don't know, Eric Larson decided to turn his superhero comic Savage Dragon into a porn comic after the OG Dragon died. Sounds terrible. Savage Dragon was like 50% sex. That's stupid. Hey, Zeus, Tom Jensen said hi. I've been talking about since GameStop started going out of business because everyone started buying everything online. Yeah. Christopher Nolan. We'll see how his movie does in a few weeks because a lot of people are not so happy with the Odyssey. But he's talked about how he enjoyed physical media. Last game you bought was Mario Wonder, maybe a TMNT game, both physical on Switch. I guess if there's one advantage on a Switch, you can still buy physical media and there's still value in it. But that was a while ago, fair enough. They constantly update the emulator, so emulation is an issue. I won't support modern gaming. You shouldn't. And that's what I did reference that, Richard. What games this decade are worth your time? The only one I can think of is Ghost of Tsushima, and that's a 6-year-old game now. I didn't even see the sequel. Last year of the Tariff, this year, hopefully for my work. It's a shortage. Wonder what next year is going to be. We'll see. Mega Man 2, shout out to Mega Man. Have some bangers on NES, SNES, Genesis. Speaking of emulators, does anybody know a emulation game repo where I could just get a bunch of games at once? I do have quite a few already, but I would love to just get a bunch at once because I don't feel like downloading each one by hand. Maybe I'm just lazy bastard. Some bangers on the NES, SNES, Famicom, Super Famicom, Genesis, Wii, GameCube, Yeah, there's a bunch of classic games. Savage Goon, yeah, that sounds terrible. It's nothing expensive, just fun. There you go. Mega Man 2 is from the 80s. They are doing a new Mega Man series. Might play Battle Network. That Extreme. Mega Man 11 was 2018. 2018 is almost 10 years ago. That's true. But yeah, shout out to Mighty Number 9. What a disaster that was. I guess that technically wasn't Capcom, but a lot of people who were involved with Capcom were involved with that, and that did not go well, to say the least. in the Kickstarter era of the 10s, where people were still kickstarting games and oh shoot. Okay. Guess nothing down here. Okay. After all that. 1 second. That sucked. Alright, well, whatever. Forgot about Mighty Number 9. Yeah, that was for those who don't know, a lot of people, this is when a lot of the retro indie games kind of were getting popular. Slick. Mighty Number 9 was made by a bunch of people who have worked on the Mega Man series, and it was a game that went to the Kickstarter. So when Kickstarter and a lot of these, when it was Shovel Knight and Super Meat Boy and Braid and all these games were getting popular, that was a game that came out a little bit after that era. So a lot of people had some hype and hope that Mighty Number 9 would be a pretty good game, and it was a disaster. Hi, my best friend Marvel fan. Ooh, Genesis. They came out with a retro style Power Rangers game, but I don't think it was that well received. I was going to get it, but they launched it like $40. I'm like, I'm not paying $40 for this. Hey, Marvel fan, how you feeling? You'll play it next stream? Okay, cool. Can You're my favorite new person who shows up for these streams. I don't know what to call you. Fangelantes? I don't know. But I appreciate you being here. Yeah, it wasn't good. Yeah, I saw that, and I was hoping for, a cool thing. This week's Absolute Batman. Enjoy. You can get him on Temu, apparently. So you don't have to pay full price. No need to pay full price. I would hit, if you like Temu, I'm not sure. Yeah, how can you not make a good Power Rangers game? It doesn't seem like it's that difficult of a, especially if you're going to do a classic 2D style beat 'em up. It's like, okay, you can't pull this off.
No press today. I'm busy.
The fan housings, because there's more of them. Shout out to the damn Knicks. I love these character designs, man.
Miles
They're
Kurd,
awesome.
Big Mouse Party spokesperson. A pleasure.
That's Mr. Kurd. Let's act like we weren't raised by shrews.
Jesus,
Now,
you might
excuse
like,
me. I'm in the middle of.
I want to put the
Watching
toast to
other
your
people do the actual work. Yeah, I can
put
tell.
the toast to your left and push your
Basically, I'm
mind right.
investigating
What the
the
fuck?
unfortunate demise of one Betty Lynch. I have reason to believe your boss, mayoral candidate Milford Sawyer, knew her. Might even be useful in figuring out how she ended up dead.
And who the hell are you? I don't remember seeing you around the MPD headquarters. And I know all our good investigators.
Oh no, I'll see if I find a link for you.
Our,
What was that?
just a cough. Name's Jack Pepper, PI for hire. Not here on official business, just doing a favor for someone looking for closure. Thing is, this whole case has a, how do I put it? A spoiled way kind of stink. You might want to help me out before that smell starts sticking to you too.
Pepper. All right, fine. We're too close to the election for some half-baked accusations to start fouling up the campaign. Shoot your shot.
Already did. So was Sawyer close to Betty in any way?
No chance. Maybe they clinked glasses at some movie fundraisers, but that's it. I'm the one riding shotgun in Sawyer's inner circle. If there was more, I'd know.
Could he have kept it quiet? You know, To avoid the kind of scandal that might make a mouthpiece
Tommy's
cry
the
at
most
night.
overrated Power
Watch
Ranger
your
off
tongue,
time.
Pepper.
Why would you say
When
that?
you're a
Rest in
public
peace,
figure like
JDF.
Milford, small-time celebs show up whether you want them or not, hoping to ride your coattails. Doesn't
Come
mean
on,
there's more
rest
to it
in
than
peace,
that.
JDF.
Oh, see, that's funny
Oh,
because
man.
I got pictures. Betty rubbing elbows with BMP officials. Real cozy, real not accidental.
Yeah, because she was always circling our parties like some fame-hungry hawk. Same as every starlet and wannabe socialite looking for a headline. But trust me,
I like
no one
watching this,
in the party
keeping up the
worth their
story.
salt would mix business
Rocky
with
was better.
that.
Sounds like you had a personal gripe with Betty, Mr. Kurd. Is there something I should...
Listen, Pepper Shaker, I don't like where this is going, so I'm giving you one last polite
Man, I'll
suggestion.
put the toast to this guy.
Piss off. Grilling's over.
But it's still kind of smoky in here.
Get the hell out of my yard.
Well, that went about as smooth as a brick through a windshield. Lucky I still had my teeth. And plenty left to chew on.
Out! Out!
Why don't I just shoot him? I got a gun. I've been shooting people this whole game. Why do I not shooting anyone now? So I'm not a diehard Power Ranger guy. I'm not gonna lie, but I will look up these Temu comics for you, so you can make sure you can get Absolute Batman for the cheapest price. No need for you to pay, you know, all this money. Let me see. Yeah, Absolute Batman Temu. Let's see if I can find the link for you. Geez. I was able to find it earlier. No, no. Hold on. I've never used Temu. I have used AliExpress. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we do security shit. So yeah, here's if you're interested, you can get Absolute Batman on Temu. There you go. So if you don't want to pay the full price, even though some of these look a little bit more, go ahead and get your Absolute Batman off Temu. I know sometimes these eBay prices might be a little bit more expensive. So if you missed an issue, want to get a back issue, volume 1, it looks like you can get it for $16 on Temu. So there you have it. I just searched that. I just went to Temu, searched Absolute Batman. So there you go, Marvel fan. No need to pay so much money. No need to pay so much money. That's obviously not AI. It's a link. It can be visited. I'll post a link for you so you don't have to worry about it. Pay $20. Uh-oh. Oh, the link is oh, don't do this to me. Well, I guess the link is too many things. Oh, you know what? There's we're gonna get you this link. There's link shorteners. So tiny URL. So yeah, we're gonna make sure you're able to get Absolute Batman for a good price, because that's how much I care about my fans. I want to make sure they can get whatever they want for a good price. So that's certainly not AI. You can really go on Temu and buy Absolute Batman. Enjoy, Marvel fan. You don't have to pay $20 plus. Oh, we might have some issues, but just go to Temu because the link is having some issue. But if you just go to Temu and search, you'll be fine. So just maybe this one will work. So there you go. You don't have to pay $20. Marvel fan. I want to make sure you can get things at the best price possible. So there you go. So yeah, don't let those guys at don't let the comic shop scam you. You can get this Temu, because yeah, I've seen some of those Absolute Batman on eBay. They can go for hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars. Why do that when you can get a Temu printing? You don't need to. It's like Temu has millions of copies, maybe, maybe even 12 million copies. Who knows? Who knows how many copies Temu has? We'll never know.
Feels like a dead end leading to a burning dumpster. Maybe Vivian can make sense of the
But I
mess.
appreciate you being here, and hope you enjoy these streams. Playing some more Mouse PI. We'll play until we beat this game. James Gunn meet and greet. Well, how about that? Enjoy. He'll have plenty of time to do meet and greet soon, at least from what I hear. Plenty of time. He'll have plenty of time to do meet and greets. Hit the Comic-Con circuit. So I hope you enjoy.
Hey, Jack. How's the case shaping up? The shrews and all that.
Hey, kiddo, I'm heading down to Walla Bay to find out.
What did you like the most?
Bay, huh?
I've been wanting to know
What's dragging you down this salty
what'd you like the
outfit
most
now?
about Supergirl?
Well, I just follow the crumbs,
What was
They're
the
pointing
best
me
parts for
straight
you?
to the water. Supposedly that's where the shrews are being moved. I just have to pin down the exact spot.
Well, hey, I might be able to help you out with that.
Sorry, I always let the story go.
Figured you
Sorry if
might.
it's not as loud.
So, who's my guy?
Name's Cameron Bozo. Rakes like a jug away, yes, but you might have heard something useful. You'll find him skulking around the pub, likely.
Bozo? Classy.
Oh, and be sure to have a bunch of cheddar handy.
Cheddar? What's wrong with Gouda?
No Gouda if you broke, Jack.
I'm out of things. Speaking of James Gunn, here's the James Gunn. Yeah, what did you like specifically? What was so great about Supergirl? Let us know what we should look for. Why, we should, go see. Apparently, it only made $38 million at the box office, so we want to make sure everybody can see this classic movie, this unappreciated classic film, and so we're just interested in what about it you found so fascinating and interesting, because it doesn't look like the rest of the audience feels the same. So just wanted your opinion on it. Talk to Vivian, talk to Stilton, to Walla Bay. Like Stilton's character designs.
Oh, don't mind me. Just loitering professionally.
Oh, okay. The actress was phenomenal. Super pretty girl. Okay. Obviously. And a comic accurate to her. Like always, James Gunn delivers the best thing DC. So you really like the actress, it sounds like. Big fan of Millie Alcock. Okay.
Jack! Over here, sport.
How's life treating you, Corny?
Oh,
You weren't grossed out by it in any way? You didn't find certain scenes gross?
Work, but important nonetheless. But I'm more interested in your thoughts on the case. Did you learn anything about those poor missing shrews?
I did for a change. They were taken down into the sewers, ferried away by a bunch of cheese-leggers.
That's horrid. So did you find them? Returned safely to their homes, I take
The
it?
movie's perfectly normal. You
Told
okay?
them. I'm hitting the wall here. Gotta think this through, double-check my findings, maybe poke around other cases until something clicks.
I see. Well, I'm sure you'll bounce back in no time.
Perfectly normal, okay.
Let me know if you have a stroke of genius, sport.
If I have a stroke, Cornelius, I'm calling the doctor, not you.
Yes. Yeah, see you around, Jack.
Uh-oh. What's going on here? I'm glad you enjoyed it. What's some memorable scenes that happen in Supergirl? What's some other movies that you like? I mean, you can just talk about whatever. You know?
Jack, good to see you, buddy.
What is it you want now, John?
Oh, you wound me. But since you're asking, I'm in the market for a fish.
So grab a rod and catch one.
Oh, but not just any fish. A special fish. For a special fish dish.
Wait, you're not asking for fish sticks, are you?
Really, Jack? That's a low blow. No fish sticks, no. I need,
The chick from Last of Us.
I think it's called marinated herring. Canned, not fresh. Some old world delicacy. Not exactly easy on the senses, I hear.
Oh.
Yes, I've only heard stories, Jack, but...
Yes?
Be careful with this one, all right? Just stay sharp.
Okay. I'll save right after.
So, any progress on the case, Monsieur Pepe?
Yeah, and it reeks worse than the brie I left sitting in the fridge.
I don't see a fridge.
Exactly. But I did cross paths with Mr. Kurd.
And?
Oh, wow. Fan of
And
Bella
he
Ramsey,
clammed
I
up
see.
quicker than a
Okay.
marina shellfish in a cheese storm.
Scarlett
Still,
Johansson is not
I
good
found
looking
out
at
that while
all.
Betty got close to Sawyer,
course
she,
not.
well, how do I put it? She befriended Kurd as well, but...
Yes. Quick, out with it.
See, here's where it gets kooky. Like, real kooky. Kurd spoke of her like she was nothing more than a bottom-of-the-barrel wench, and then out of the blue cheese he threatens to slap me with a lawsuit like I'm some snooty millionaire.
That is vital information indeed.
Could be. At least I know where to go to next. You see, Kurd's got dirt close to home. Literally. So that's where I'm heading.
So, you're leaving town, Mr. Pepper?
Just for a little while.
Good.
Was this police investigation?
Go do your thing.
No, it's not
I'll
about. This
poke
is
around here
a
and
story
there.
about mice.
I have a few
But
friends in, let's say,
this is not a police
mid
investigation.
to high
We're just trying
places. You
to
take
get to. We're
care,
just trying to
Mr.
get to know you,
Pepper.
man.
Oh, I will.
You got some interesting takes.
Makes
You're
me
you're
wonder.
you're an interesting fellow, or fellowette.
Interesting.
So we're interested in hearing your opinion. You should have your own channel. You got some interesting opinions. We want to hear what you got to say. Which I encourage everybody to do everything. Damn, I got all these damn saves for nothing. Emma Stone. Bryce has no body. Wow. I don't know if I would ever have said that. But that's, that's why we want to know. That's an interesting take. I think a lot of people would say Miss Bryce Dallas Howard is a bit voluptuous. So, watch TV, that's cool. So to hear someone say she has no body, that's an interesting take. So we find you interesting. Yeah, I know. I'm playing along. Fizz, that's why, I mean, I don't know. I was hoping my tone of voice was somewhat different. But, yeah. Even Fizz said, BDA. Well, that's obviously Tommy Donald, no doubt. Tommy Donald, no doubt. Or, what's the other guy? The clown guy? What's his name? We were sending memes of him. I forgot his name now. Dax? Is that it? Either Tommy Donald or Dax. One of, either or. Love, yeah. Either Tommy Donald or Dax, obviously. One and 1A. It's a preference. Yeah, Dax. Dax is the clown guy.
Nothing like
greatest
a
Afro.
breeze of rotten
Will
fish,
Smith, hot
oil
take.
pigs, and stale Gouda.
Will Smith was nice.
Corn
Early Will
would be better
Smith,
for a gas mask.
Fresh Prince, Summertime. You know, that Will Smith, Nightmare on My Street Will Smith was actually kind of cold. And even the later Will Smith, the Wild Wild West, going to Miami, Will Smith had a nice run as a musician. So I'm rather not you're joking, I'm not. Will Smith was nice. Shout out to now he's an action star, so he may act bizarre. But there was a time where Will Smith was a legit artist and legitimately one of the biggest artists going. Shout out to Nas, Rakim, and all the rappers who probably wrote for him. But yeah, he was nice. The Fresh Prince era and that mid '90s era, around the time of Men in Black, where it was kind of a shiny suit. He basically was emulating a lot of the Puffy stuff, where you took the sample and just remade the song, did a remix to it, but it went popular. But listen, I have a legitimately high regard for classic Will Smith. So, I mean, not as much as Tom McDonald and Dax, obviously, but Will Smith, yeah. The kid me is like, no, I'm not going to. The only one who could disrespect Will Smith is Eminem. Because Will Smith don't have to cuss in his raps to sell records. But I do, so fuck him, fuck you too. Think I give a damn about the Grammy? Half of these critics can't even stomach me, let alone slam me. Well, Slim, what if you win? Wouldn't it be weird? Why? So you guys could just lie to get me here so you can sit me here next to Britney Spears? Shit, Christina Aguilera better switch me chairs so I can, what is it? Sit in between Carson Daly and Fred Durst, him arguing over who she gave head to first. Little bitch put me on blast on MTV. Yeah, he's cute, but I think he's married to Kim. I should download the audio and MP3 and show the whole world how you gave him an MVD. I'm sick of these little girl and boy groups. All you do is annoy, and sit here to destroy you. And I forgot the rest. I got that much of the verse. Larry Bird actually is, again, rather not this is joking, you've stumbled upon a couple of legitimate answers. Larry Bird was nice, especially when you consider he spent a good portion of his career injured. His first 6 or 7 years are as good as anybody who's ever played basketball. Will Smith might be a booty bandit. Now you're getting comments. Now it's talk. Marvel fan, are you black? He says dad's black. So Will Smith kissing his son is freaky. Him, his wife, and the son and daughter, they're all freaky. They're all weird. Marvel's best friend is black, so he can't be racist. Greatest NBA player, Larry Bird, fair enough. Harley race when he faces Ron Simmons. I get that reference. That's not nice, Marvel fan. That was a bit racist. That was a racist storyline, except at the end, the bad guy lost, as opposed to what Triple H did to Booker T. And then he said Fizz said Will Smith sent his son a Puffy as a rite of passage. Oh, Lord. Oh, man. And Jaden Smith is all fucked up. Remember he was wearing a dress. He used to date Tyler, the Creator. So, yeah, poor Jaden Smith. Now, Will Smith has an older son that totally avoided all of that. He wasn't Jada's son. He was an earlier girlfriend. Will had him with an earlier girlfriend. I think his son probably like my age, the oldest one, that no one talks about.
I'd steer clear of the water if I were you. Sharks are circling just past the buoys, and they're looking real hungry.
But yeah, I think Larry Bird's one of the best players ever. If we're just doing eye tests, I mean, his influence, people don't really even talk about how much he influenced Kobe and Jordan and Kevin Durant, and you know, we all look at people who operate from the mid-range, don't die, as kind of like classic, you know, that's the classic stop. I feel like Larry Bird was the guy who really took over that having a whole mid-range bag, mid-post, dribble moves. That was really Larry Bird. I mean, yeah, you had George Gervin, you had Pistol Pete, you had guys before them. Larry Bird really just was that guy. I am a huge fan of Larry Bird. Any joke aside, I'm of the opinion, and listen, shout out to Magic Johnson. He was an incredible passer. But Magic played with a lot of talent. Not that Larry Bird did. I mean, Kevin McHale was great. Robert Parrish was great. Danny Ainge was solid.
Good boys. Oh, well, disappointing, but not unexpected.
Dennis Johnson was definitely a good guard. You know, they have good players. Bill Walton was a good sixth man. So, I don't want to shit on like they just had nobody. The Boston Celtics were definitely a stacked team in their own right. But I mean, you look at having Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who was 20-10 basically to the day he retired, especially in the playoffs. Winning the Finals MVP at like 38 or whatever he was in the 80s. Like, you know, you got that. And then James Worthy, who could put up 40 at any time. And really, you know, there's a lot of talk because James Worthy, I think, was the #1 pick, and Dominique was the second. Dominique Wilkins. Like, had they switched picks, would they have had different careers? I think they would have, you know, James would have had better numbers and Dominique Wilkins would have titles. And then they had other, I mean, that was the most, and that still might be the most #1 picks on a team because they had James Worthy, Kareem, obviously Magic, and I think there was a couple other guys. And then Bob McAdoo was their bench, their 70s bench guy. And early on, Norm Nixon. They had a lot of talent. I just feel like he played with a little bit more talent. Now, he helped that talent with his passing. He made it easier. I just think he played with a hair more talent than Bird did. And, you know, there are times where, you know, Robert Parrish is good, but he wasn't always offensively good. He can get dunked on. I mean, yeah, anyone can, but I don't know. And listen, they're both some of the greatest players of all time. You know, let's not kid ourselves. I'm not trying to act like Magic is chopped liver by any means. George Mikan. Shout out to George Mikan. I know, again, I still think you're joking, but I think you're accidentally saying some real shit. People forget about the fundamentals. Tim Duncan can tell you how good George Mikan is. Shit. Because it's not that much. Despite there being a huge time gap of them playing, there's not a lot of difference between George Mikan's game and Tim Duncan. Maybe, I guess, Duncan a little further out the mid post, but still a lot of similarities. Just, you know, jump hooks, bank shots, fundamentals. So as a Tim Duncan fan, I have to be a George Mikan fan because they're pretty much the same game. And we need more post players. So you're joking into some dope shit, brother. Caitlin Clark over Holly Berry. Now, I gotta say, if we're talking basketball, I agree. But we're talking photogenics, I would disagree with that. So you got me ranting. Oh man, this is start work now, die later. You know, that's the way it is. That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. That's just the way it is. Oh, yeah. I know some of that pop verse, but I didn't want to fuck it up. Wasn't a basketball question. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Oh, of course you're not joking. My bad. Apologies. Shout out to George Mikan, the first commissioner of the ABA. Who knows how different basketball would be if not for George Mikan. I think it was his idea to come up with the three-point shot. Don't quote me on that. But I think the three-point shot might have been his idea. As one of the first big centers, he realized, hey, because of centers, you know, we had so many great centers in that era. Wes Unseld, aging Wilt Chamberlain, Kareem, and he was seeing, hey, you know, guys like Jerry West, some of these guards, they don't really have it as much. It's not as much advantage, so you need to give something to even that out. And he came up, allegedly, he came up with a three-point shot as a way of doing that. So shout out to George Mikan. He's kind of underrated by basketball history.
Sorry, I can't hear you over the rat-a-tat-tat.
ABA should have never merged. I wish that, you know what? I wish there was a new ABA now, especially after that Jaylen Brown thing. Yeah, Caitlin Clark is not my cup of tea, I would say. Some people find it, you know what, though? There are people who goon over them some Caitlin Clark, bro. It's not my thing, to each their own. There's some motherfuckers that goon over some Caitlin Clark. I'm just not one of them. You know. Just not mine, not to each their fucking own, man. To each their own. Cause yeah, it seems like they want me to use the. Speaking of James gun, that seems like the gun that keep giving me ammo.
Now you better drop this silliness and tell me.
Shit.
Are you deaf? You drop when I say drop. Yeah, to hell with you, Pepper. I ain't telling you nothing.
I'm gonna be honest.
In the name of the law.
It wouldn't shock me if he doesn't know who they are. Oh, damn. You gonna say this? Cause I don't think the average motherfucker knows who Jason Jane is, to be honest.
Where'd your balls go, Pepper?
Where is he? JC Jane a million times. I'm surprised you knew who JC Jane is, because like I know of her because I'm a wrestler, but if you showed me a picture of JC Jane, I couldn't tell you. Honestly, I don't really know who Lola Vice is like that. I don't keep up with the NXT women. I know of them. You've mentioned them before, Richard. I don't know these women like that, man. I really don't, so I couldn't even grade that question. I would have to look them up to make a decision on that. Cause I don't really like modern NXT. I'm just be honest.
Where'd your balls go,
I mean,
Pepper?
I heard somebody say after the Braun Trick, after that class, Ilya and them, after that class graduated, it was like, NXT kind of fell off, and it's like, man, I kind of agree. Carmelo, after that little class left, it's like, man, I'm good on this. And I wasn't even, that big on that one. I mean, yeah, I'm an old head, so Black and Gold would be my kind of favorite NXT. I remember when Tyler Breeze and Ascension was in NXT. I remember when I'm about to say rest in peace, Mason Rook, man. Rich, are you sure this isn't you? Oh, the big booty Cuban chick. Okay. Thailand, I love. Bangkok, who's that? You mean Bangkok? Pause.
Where'd your balls go, Pepper?
But yeah, Mason Rook, I'm not all jokes aside, I can't believe anyone believes that. How can you be this perfect of a troll? Cause like you literally like every single, because you like things that the only person I've told I dislike is Richard. That's why I think it's Richard. But then sometimes the way the message timing works, like it can't be. So I don't know. But the Mason Rook is crazy. How the hell? What am I supposed to do? Oh, I gotta blow up the wall. Dynamite.
What are you morons waiting for? Don't put him in!
Mason Rook. Mason Rook made me realize I should have been a wrestler because anybody could fucking be a wrestler and shit. But hey, if Mason Rook is better than Trick Williams, come on, man. Mason Rook is not even better than. He's not even better. What was the guy we just saw him in a match with, who was like doing everything he could to get the match over and doing all these all the flippy shit? I can't even think of the guy's name.
Where'd your balls go, Pepper?
Speaking of wrestling, hitting you with the AEW Dynamite.
What are you morons waiting for?
Devin, some shit. There's a lot. I ain't gonna lie. There's a lot of good in-ring wrestling. My guy's Ilya. I hope they realize how good Ilya Dragunov is. I think he's fucking excellent. I don't know what. I get he's short, man, but I don't know if you were not. He's better than Obafemi. Come on, man. But I like Ilya Dragunov a bunch. I think they're missing the boat completely with Ilya Dragunov, man. It's like, you don't see how good this guy is? You serious?
Where'd your balls go, Pepper?
Is this a joke?
Where'd your balls go, Pepper?
I got my fingers off. Devin, I think, like I said, Ilya, I just like his style. He's the closest, not the closest, but a lot of people want to be like Chris Benoit. And, everyone can talk about what he did. We're just talking about in-ring. We're just the in-ring version. We're not getting, there's conspiracies. There's a lot to be said. I'm not trying to do all that.
In the name of the law, time to break stuff.
But I am a huge fan of Ilya's style. It puts me in mind of that same just smaller guy who has just a ton of intensity. He's not even as big as, which, good for him because you don't want the steroid rage. But I mean, he's very intense, very in ring, very technically sound. I'm just a huge fan of Dragunov. I hope he gets his just due. And if he has to go into AEW to do it, that's fine. I'm not, I'm starting to try to watch more AEW. And say what you will about the damn promotion. You're going to get good matches from AEW. In WWE, you may get jack shit. So sometimes you don't get shit. So you got to take what you get. He ain't do it. Worst wrestler? I'm gonna be honest. There were times where I felt that way about AEW. I'm not gonna lie, because especially when it first started, every fucking yes, I gotta take you. Now we're past the point, joke, and I'm taking you legitimate. The first year, I just thought, man, you needed a performance center because every fucking week it was a botch. They've improved since then. But boy, I would have totally agreed with that fucking 4 or 5 years ago. There was some good pay-per-view. They've always delivered with pay-per-views, but I mean, if you were watching week to week, you would see so many botches between AEW Dark, and the early version of Dynamite. Terrible. Wow, Tony Khan let Cody, not a Cody fan.
Time to break stuff.
Where'd your
Which
balls go,
we're
Pepper?
starting to see that backlash. I think Cody needs to go heel. And again, now I can't tell if it's trolling because there are people who feel this way. Like there are people who fucking don't like Cody now, and you know, just like everybody doesn't like Jey Uso. I'm like, man, I thought Jey Uso was fine. Yeah, he's never been. Yeah, I just talked about a technician like Ilya. He's never going to be a in-ring technical marvel. But I thought Jey Uso was. I have no issues with Jey Uso, but the streets don't love him now. So now I'm like, okay, are you still trolling? Are you serious? Because again, a lot of people do not like Cody now. And you know what? They haven't really. WWE hasn't been booking great, so that's fair. That's the power of bad booking. People don't, you know, we end up getting people under.
Where'd your balls go, Pepper? Hey, you there!
Where is this? Drew McIntyre? A lot of people like Drew McIntyre. You know what? Listen, there was a time where I think Drew McIntyre just, to me, they just had him lose too many fucking matches. And I mean, listen, shout out to his championship run he had earlier in the year, late last year, whatever it was. I'm not gonna act like, you know. He just lost too many matches. They did not book him that strong the past couple years. The whole Punk feud, and they really did not book him well to me. So. So call up. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Mason Rook. They can keep him down there. Were you bullied as a kid? Yes. Well, I was too, so I can't talk shit about that. I like you though, Marvel fan. You can stick around here. Feel free to sub if you haven't. Like, share, sub. Yeah, even Tom Jensen. One word, full of letters. Yeet.
In the name of the law.
I really hate that the people turned on Jay. It's like everybody loved Jay, then he wins the fucking Rumble, and then everyone hates him. And it's like he's the same guy. It's just him, Bruce. Day one shit. I'm a Jay Uso fan. I don't give a fuck. I don't care if it's cool. I think I like Jay Uso. It's just him, Bruce. Day one shit. It's just him, Bruce. Shit. Thea Hell. I only know him from the stupid dancing things that you be sending me on Instagram. I don't really know shit about it. Like I said, the NXT girls, I couldn't pick them out of a lineup. I'm sorry. Couldn't pick them out of a lineup, just being honest.
This place won't hold forever. Move it, you cheeseheads! Where'd your balls go, Pepper?
Shit. Martha, I want to see you run a wrestling promotion. It'll be better than Gay W. I run the same way. WWE runs TKO. It's the other way around. TKO runs WWE. It's perfect. Well, I'm not an AEW, so if you are a troll, I'm not that hard of an AEW fan. I'm not a binary AEW. Honestly, I'm pretty down on wrestling, but I still love it. So I'm neither is really that much into like that.
Where'd your balls go?
So it's not like, oh my God, you called him gay AEW. What the hell? Like, I don't have that. Well, okay. Cause I'm not I like the matches, but shit, I didn't watch Forbidden Door. I'm not a diehard. I didn't even watch I was a fan, so I still keep up with it type shit. I'm not really. A lot of people get binary about these things. I've pissed off both sides of that quote unquote aisle as far as wrestling fans, because I'm old enough to remember the Attitude Era, so in the Ruthless Aggression era, so part of me kind of pines for that. Hell, I even like the indie era right before the tens, the indie era, so to speak. I've been to Raw and I've been to an AEW. Now I ain't been in a while. And TKO, my issue with TKO is, a lot of people talk about, Roman doesn't show up each week. Part of that, and a lot of people don't show up each week, and that's why I stopped watching. Because talk about what I said with sports, I realized they're just being cheap, and it's like, well, if you're gonna be cheap, and guys and gals are not gonna show up each week, then the fuck am I investing in? So honestly, I've been out of wrestling shit outside of fucking pay-per-views. And even then, I didn't watch. There was 3 pay-per-views for the 3 major companies: TNA, AEW, and WWE just this weekend, and I didn't watch any of them. So, for better or for worse. Yeah, you're right. Wrestling contracts are a lot less public than they once were, and you're correct. There is a reason for that.
Where'd your balls go?
Bella Ramsey, or the great man who's my profile picture. Oh, what do you think about Doomsday? And speaking of, you're a Marvel fan. What's your thoughts on Doomsday and what else is coming out? The Spider-Man. Even me, I kind of have a perverse interest in the Spider-Man. Now that Jean Grey's gonna be in it, they're putting so many fucking characters in it. It's like, okay, I may watch. You put fucking the X-Men in it. Okay, you fucking triggered me. And unfortunately, I guess to the positive. Yeah, what are your thoughts on shit? Well, he may have the chance to I know 9/11 became a meme, becoming a pseudo. Oh, 911. Okay, no, I'm missing stuff. So they're making a Persona Navi, directed by the same guy who's the showrunner of 911. That's what you're talking about. Okay. I know 911 became a meme, becoming a pseudo Sharknado in the later season. I never got into that show. It always looked like Sharknado to me. It always looked overdone and silly, like a lot of those TV shows are. But yeah, it looks like there's a rumor that James Gunn will be at Marvel pretty soon. Persona movie, okay. So sorry if I messed that up. So I don't know.
In the name of the law, time to break stuff.
Where'd your balls go? What are your morons waiting for? Don't let them in!
Maybe I'm fucking up by not using the rocket.
Where'd your balls go?
Shit. Please take them back. Yeah, that's all jokes aside. That is the rumor, is that because the Supergirl movie did not do well at the box office, that he's gonna get fired and that he's going back to Marvel. And they are going to be rebooting. I don't even think that's a rumor. I think that's confirmed. That Marvel is going to be. I'm going to try to use this.
Time to break stuff.
I'll use the Nintendo.
What are your morons waiting for? Don't let them in!
Okay, hold on. This is. I don't think it matters. That's the rumor. And like I said, it's also all but confirmed that after they'll do Doomsday. And they'll do 2 Secret War movies, and then it's gonna be a totally new, all different Marvel, except for the MCU. So and I don't know if it's gonna be called that. That's obviously a reference to a soft reboot from the aughts. Clayface. To be honest, again, not sure if you're trolling, but there is an interest in Clayface. The trailer wasn't bad. The trailer was not bad. Clayface will transform into his clay form multiple times. Okay.
What am I even paying you for? Stop him! Where'd your balls go?
Got him.
Sometimes you knock. Sometimes you knock it down.
So we'll see how Clayface goes. Honestly, of the whole DCU, and this is no more joking and no more, just playing along. That's probably the most interesting thing is Clayface. We'll see. I'm a movie mark. I might end up, as much shit as I've talked about all of these companies and movies, there's a non-zero chance I end up seeing the Spider-Man Doomsday. If the trailers look good, maybe Clayface. Now, I say see. Paying to see and seeing, as we know, are not the same thing. And we are on the internet, so there are ways to see movies. But, oh, God, Lanterns looks like a disaster. It looks like, I don't know what the fuck the plan is. Seth Vigilante with Rollins.
Then talk.
Why you say Seth Rollins?
He's still in one piece.
Because everyone hates me?
He's alive, all right. We just roughed him up a little. I got him locked up near the shipyard gate up north. Now, for the love of...
Whoa! And, bleeding profusely. Storms are coming, and I'm betting Bozo's got the weather report. Now, which way to the shipyard?
I fucking love Seth Rollins, bro. So you talk about, I'm kind of a Seth Mark, especially because, like, he's so hated. He gets heat. When people don't like Seth, man, they be, like, mad. I've heard people just totally get worked by Seth Rollins. Just totally. Like, I hate Seth this, I hate his music, I hate his costume, I hate his stupid way he looks, he's stupid way he talks. It's like, that's the fucking point, brother. That's the gimmick. I think Seth Rollins is going to end up being underappreciated because he's so hated. Man, this would be better than Justice League. Well, if you're talking about the Justice League, that's not that, there's a possibility two things could be true, right? Whoa, whoa. Now, I did like the other theme better. Dun, 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 dun. I did like that shit. I ain't gonna lie. But I like the new shit too. I don't know what they're doing with that new thing. It looks like there was an influence of the Taylor Sheridan, what's the shit called? What is this? Yellowstone. There's a little influence of that. There's a buddy cop thing. Everything. I don't know what's with this new piss filter that all of Hollywood loves. The gun doesn't jam. The gun doesn't jam. We'll see about that. True Detective is an influence, yeah. There's a lot of influences. I wanted this to be Star Trek. I wanted Lanterns to be Star Trek. That's what I thought it was going to be. But I know that's a high ask, right? Star Trek, one of the biggest, most popular series to ever exist in human history. So to say, hey, be Star Trek is not a crazy, especially prime Star Trek, talking about TNG, DSN era. That is no easy ask. But I thought, okay, if you look at Green Lanterns, what they really are space cops. And to me, I would be more interested in something that's more sci-fi driven than a Lantern series that's based on Earth. So just being based on Earth was a huge disappointment to me. That's just being, again, honest. I never even seen, no, you gotta use the burn it down, bro. He's been burning it down for like a decade plus. That's like saying, well, Shawn Michaels is old, get rid of the sexy boy thing. It's like, no, that's still his fucking music, because that's been his music. Even, he was in his religious thing, like, okay, he found God and he's a Christian and all that. That's still his music. He's not your boy toy. Sexy boy. That's literally kind of like an 80s pop song. Late 80s, early 90s style pop song. But we're still playing it in 2010 when he's damn near 40 and found God, and then later on when he's damn near 60 and the fucking head of NXT. It's just like that's just his fucking music. Okay, come on. I didn't see Creature Commandos, but consider Batman animated series maybe the best animated anything ever. You know, it's like I don't know. I highly doubt that's the case, and I get it. You know, all tongue in cheek. This is a little bit of some trolling going on, or maybe this is your real opinion. Listen, if this is your real opinions, God bless you. We need some different. This can't be the land of competitive agreement. Everybody ain't got to agree on everything all the time. So these are real opinions. God bless you. Nobody's trolling here, Fizz. Marvel fan is 100% legit. 100% legit. And I'm not sure how long we're gonna stream. I've just been fucking, just playing because, it's a fun game. And I got caught, and then Marvel fans showed up, and it was like, okay, now we got something conversationally interesting. He's the perfect anti-vigilante fan, so that's what makes him interesting. It's like, okay, he likes a lot of stuff. Now, everything doesn't matter. He's not a big fan of AEW. That's not gonna kill me. You know what I'm saying? I won't lose any sleep over that. No, I'm starting to like some of AEW. I don't like some of the people there. But even, I've tried to watch. Last week, I should say, I tried to. Oh, damn. What is this motherfucker? Bitch. Shit, I ain't mean to hit him with the fucking rocket launcher. Who are you? Yeah, who is any of us to tell you your opinion isn't yours? I guess because you have such a unique set of opinions. To be so down on Batman the animated series is unique. You know what though? Best member of the Shield. Is there a wrong answer to that? Who would be the wrong? There's no wrong answer. If you're a Moxley fan, cool. If you're a Seth fan, cool. If you're a Roman fan, cool. That's one of the best factions. That's the best. Like, all respect to the Wyatt family, best faction they've had in 20 years. Well, when did Evolution end? Evolution is a mystery. Yeah, Evolution was done by 06. So I'm safe in saying that. Best faction in 20 years. All respect to the Wyatts. And if you consider New Day a faction, all respect to them as well. But you know what I mean? Outside New Day and the Wyatts, and again, Evolution ended 05. Remember, that's when Batista had the thumbs down, was 05. So all respect to them. Who the fuck else would you put in that? It ain't gonna be the fucking Nexus or the Core, so some bullshit like that. So you look at the past 20 years of their factions. I mean, Shield is almost unabashedly the best. If you want to put the Bloodline, I gotta give the Bloodline respect. Xavier Woods is better than Big E and Kofi. See, again, you guys said he was trolling, but these aren't crazy ass takes. You know what I'm saying? These are wild ass takes to say, okay, because there were people who like Xavier. I mean, he was Consequences Creed. He had Up, Up, Down, Down. So yeah, Big E and Kofi had more success. See, every now and again, some of those takes aren't so hot. Like, okay, Larry Bird's great. You're like, no shit, Larry Bird's great. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not a crazy take for somebody's favorite player to be Larry Bird. There's a lot of people's favorite player is still Larry Bird. I mean, his highlight tape's still crazy. I mean, if you ever see a reaction to his highlight tapes, young people still look at those Larry Bird highlights like, holy shit. You don't see, he's a once in a generational talent. Some of these takes aren't even piping hot takes to be 1,000%. You know what I mean? Because that's the idea that you're a hot take artist. But like I said, I don't think all these are hot takes. If you like John Moxley, surprised that you hate AEW and like John Moxley. That's an odd mix. But whatever the case may be, I'm a Moxley fan. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I don't like John Moxley or I don't like I said, I like all three members of the Shield. I'm kind of a Shield mark. So I don't think there is a wrong answer to your favorite member of the Shield is. I think they all were pretty legendary in their own right. They're all first ballot Hall of Famers in their own right. I would dispute somebody who thought otherwise. If you said, "Oh, I hate the Shield," that's where I'm like, "Oh man, what really? You hate the Shield? Like, that's crazy." Oh man, Angel Reese. That's where he's now. I went back to the troll. You're like, okay, I'm giving two normal takes. Angel Reese is the greatest rebounder ever. There we go. That's why I love you, Marvel fan. Never change. Never change for nobody. I love it, man. Yeah, you're good. You're good here, man. You're good here forever, bro. Never change for nobody. I guess when we get back to the station, we'll maybe then we'll call it. I don't know. Bryan Danielson is terrible at WWE. You like, I gotta find something to troll. Yeah, I don't agree with that. And I'm somebody who's been pretty critical. Well, I was critical when it was cool to glaze Bryan Danielson and people were calling him the greatest ever. I'm like, come on, you gotta let's pump the brakes. As a guy who cosplayed the aforementioned Benoit for 10 years and now he's the greatest, I don't know about that. But to say he was terrible, I don't know. Now I have heard, here's a hot take that I have heard the streets talk about. And listen, I was a Batista fan. There's now people on the internet who wish Batista would have got the chance in 2014 instead of Daniel Bryan, and that wish Batista would have won instead of Daniel Bryan. I have heard that. I understand it too because he did get injured like immediately, and he didn't really even have a run. I don't know if I agree with it, but it's an interesting take. I'll listen to it. I'm not gonna yell at somebody for having it. I don't know if I agree with it because it was such a cool moment. But, I mean, the follow-up didn't happen. And, you know, it's really nobody's fault. Unless you're one of those people, you know, shout out to the Miz, who said Daniel Bryan's style was too dangerous, which, that, you know, that can be argued, especially his comeback, considering how injured he was, both in WWE and AEW. Lots of injury, but also lots of good matches. We had tons of good matches from him. So, I'm a fan of Daniel Bryan, ultimately. But I understand some of the criticisms, and I can be critical. You know, he has some members of his fan base that go a bit too far. He's not the greatest wrestler of all time. Even one of, and I don't know where the fuck to go. Yeah, he's clearly one of, but like, how high on that list is he? You know what I mean? No. Batista should have never went back. Troll. The Yes movement was garbage and manufactured. It was all Vince. Wow. Batista should have never went back. Oof. Well, you know what? Speaking of the Shield, we did get the Shield versus Evolution. That was cool. And then we got the moment where he beats everybody in Evolution the same night. So that was cool. I've said this to Richard, and we've kind of agreed. You know, everything wasn't perfect. Nothing's perfect, but things kind of worked out how they should have. They worked out for the best when it comes to wrestling. Now, listen, I was more of an Ultimate Warrior guy, but NWO Hogan and that old 2000s Hogan, he had some pretty good runs. He can be underrated now. Did he love all the groups equally? I don't know about that. You know, as a black man, he's not necessarily, doesn't seem like he's been the biggest fan of people like me. Though there is that dichotomy of consistently using the Jimi Hendrix song a guy who allegedly wasn't a fan of Brothers, so to speak, but his I would say that's his best interest theme is that damn and some of the biggest pops he's ever gotten was using that theme, both in WWE and in WCW. Like that, when it's him and Rodman and the NWO and they come out in Chicago and Rodman has the title, that's one of the craziest pops I have fucking ever, and I am completely lost, by the way. You're wondering. That's one of the craziest pops I've ever heard in my fucking life. And then his comeback to the red and yellow when Triple H was the champ is another crazy pop. And he's using the Jimi Hendrix thing. As much people talk about Real American, which, by the way, he used to use Eye of the Tiger before Real American. The OGs, the triple OGs know that. But I don't know what it was. There was something with copyright and TV shows where a lot of TV shows used to play a lot more licensed music and it was less of an issue. And then all of a sudden it became an issue. Yes, even the bad things strategy wouldn't change. Old Hogan was his best run. Okay, see, he's not that hot of a take. Not that crazy of a hot take. I like the 2000s Hogan. You had some good matches. You had that great Mania match with, first off, The Rock. He had two of the best Mania matches back-to-back years. You had him and The Rock, and then him and Vince. That match is so underrated. That match is so weird. I love the Vince McMahon versus Hulk Hogan. Had all the run-ins, had fucking Roddy Piper, rest in peace. He runs in. Everyone thinks he's going to hit Vince. He fucking hits Hogan. Oh, my goodness. The funniest thing. That means, so yeah, Hogan still had life in him. Was the last WWE champion into the the last WWF champion and the first WWE champion because he's there when they transition. So there was still a lot of life in him. All right, peace out, Fizz. In that 2002 to 2005 run, Rowan Blanchard. I do not know who Rowan Blanchard is. I know Richards is Sabrina Carpenter Mark, so he won't take kindly to that. Peace out, Fizz. Yeah, we love you here. We love you, man. We love all you guys. Now, where the fuck do I go? I have been not lost most of this game. I am super fucking lost. Any shit that put that on me. You're not a Sabrina Carpenter fan? Well, you're more of a fan of her Disney acting work, I will admit. But that's neither here nor there. Okay, I'm gonna guess that was her best work, see? See, I told you were a fan. You ain't got to lie to Kiki, Craig. Holy shit, I'm so lost. Mark my words, Sabrina Carpenter will walk you to your ring as your manager and say something racist. I told you a fan. Don't lie. Don't lie to the internet. It's okay. It's all right. She's a popular. Listen, compared to the modern music industry, Rowan Blanchard, the chick who was in Girl Meets. See, again, you don't act like you're not a fan. You know all this information. You know who Sabrina Carpenter. You know about her. I didn't know that. I will say this, especially from listening to Lizzo and Jelly Roll recently, like just sing live and like, oh God, she's more talented than a lot of other modern artists. I got to give her. I watched the show as a kid. Well, okay. Then, what did I said you're a fan. You're more of a fan of her acting work. I was not inaccurate. There was no inaccuracies were stated. So there. But yeah, like there's some, they talk about the industry plan thing, and there's some mid artists. All jokes aside, which not saying we're joking. Oh, there's the fucking thing. I was like, what the fuck? Sabrina Carpenter is more talented than a lot of other artists. I'm gonna give her that much credit, and that's being objective. Being fucking objective. Thank goodness I was gonna jump off a building, which I am technically still gonna jump off a building. But you guys know what I mean. All right. I don't listen to her music. I couldn't pick her music out of a lineup. I've just heard her sing. There's that one little little highlight of her singing and surprising herself, and she sounds way better than fucking Jelly Roll. like Planet's better. I've never listened to Jelly Roll. Man, I'm not big on him, but I heard it of Jelly Roll singing a Green Day cover live. He did not sound good. You always tell your friends at the bar to put on that Jelly Roll. Well, I'm glad somebody likes his music. I don't know enough of his music to hate him. I just, like I said, I heard that I hope you have the time of your life. He did a cover of that, and it did not go well. I'm just being dead ass honest. I can't speak to how good or bad his music is either, to be honest. I just, I can just speak to how well he sung that song, and he did not do a good job. And it's not like a song that even, ain't like, what's the guy from Green Day's name? KSI. I was trolled into liking Thick of It. Or is that what I'm in the thick of it, everybody knows. Everybody made fun of that song, but I ended up hearing it enough, and I kind of ended up liking it. I don't know KSI's catalog. I actually do kind of like it. Again, probably on some troll shit. I do kind of actually genuinely like that song. It's just a catchy pop song. I think people, I am getting tired of we all have the same opinion. We don't like this. Like, okay. Hey, listen, I don't know I wouldn't leave my teenage family around Drake. So whether or not he needs to be investigated is one thing, but everyone just hates Drake now because Kendrick said. I don't know, man. You're the guys who propped him up for 2 decades, and I've never been a diehard Drake fan. He's always been kind of mid, but comes out with a song or two every now and again. I like the reach me, baby. I'm so green, you gotta teach me, baby. Eat street, baby. Blowing me just like some green tea, baby. Pull up, make that beat, baby. I like that shit. I ain't gonna lie. The rest of the project, I'm cool with. I'm not gonna revisit it like that.
What in the unholy hell is that?
Forgot Kendrick existed. Man, I was not listen, back to wrestling. Pat Patterson has no controversy, now I think this is Nas. I'm pretty sure it's Nosferatu. Because he knows all about Pat Patterson. And just to bring up Pat Patterson. Because Pat Patterson hasn't been relevant in like 20 years. So just to bring him up. So Nosferatu, thank you for your troll, man. I appreciate you being here. Who's Nosferatu you were going to say? Yeah, so that's all right. I'll probably still play along, but, I know who it is now. But in any event, and again, I'm not trying to glaze a guy in Drake who, that. Granted, now Millie Bobby Brown is mid-20s, maybe late 20s now. So it's less, whatever. But he was creepy with her when she was younger, and that wasn't right. And nobody said it did anything at the time. Yeah, bro, you gotta get the fuck out of here. So then Kendrick said something, and everyone said something. It's like, okay, well, shout out to free will and not using it unless somebody tells you to. Fucking shots. He said Nas asleep. The fuck was that enemy holding? I'm not sure. He might be asleep, But Pat Patterson, you're like, everybody doesn't know who he is, especially from this generation. I mean, you might remember the Stooges and might not know. So for those who don't know, who may be listening, why is Pat Patterson? Pat Patterson allegedly sexually assaulted some people, including, I mentioned Roddy Piper. This is before either was in the WWE. This was allegedly when Piper was a young man in, I want to say the Pacific Northwest. I don't know if we're talking Seattle or Portland. Portland, actually, I think it might be the place he was at. Because, you know, the territory days. There was a era in wrestling history where everything was territorial, where you, that was the era that Vince kind of ended. Oh, shit. I don't know what the guy was holding. What, this fucker? Who knows? He's dead now. Holding that L, that's what he's holding. But that's the reason I think it's nonsense, because Pat Patterson's okay. He's brought up Pat Patterson before. If you don't know who Pat, you know, that's a guy who, yeah, I would know him as an older guy, but the guy, Marvel fan, seems like a younger guy. I'm not sure everybody knows who Pat Patterson is. I'm not sure, you know, a lot of people your age range, even Richard, will know. Yeah, some of you might remember him as a kid, but like, know who he is, know about the controversies with him. Deus Ex? Come on. It's obviously Nosferatu. It's obviously Deus Ex. That's see, now he's just teasing, because obviously it is. Last of Us 2, Spider-Man 2, or Deus Ex. Yeah, that was the...
I swear, officer, ow!
Who else even talks about Deus Ex that you know? Or it could, the only other person, if it wasn't Nosferatu, is what's his name? Sentient. Finally coming back to the channel after forever. And trolling as if he's Nosferatu.
My hero.
That's the only other option.
Oh, my precious savior. More noble
Then
than
if it's not Nos, it's Sentient.
Blood of...
Tammy's the one you should be thanking. Just tell me what I
Is
need
that
to
Croatian behavior? Who else would mention Deus Ex,
Of course, boss. But
and he's not saying yes, no,
exactly
nothing.
you
He's like,
wanna know?
he's just...
Everything.
All right, let me
Well,
listen to the story.
See, I was born right here in Mouseburg, almost 30 years ago. Mama worked the docks, Papa...
Everything about the missing shrews.
Oh, right. Yeah.
This
so,
is
there's a
totally
meeting
about
going
human
down,
trafficking.
see?
This
They're
game is
resealing
fucking
the
dark.
livestock deal or whatever. Wallop Bay's just a pit stop.
Who's they?
Cops. The crooked ones. Meeting with some science-y types. Weird accents. Real heavy on the Z's. Especially their leader, the professor.
This some new racket or business as usual?
Oh, business as usual. Used to bounce around shantytown, keep it quiet. Now, feels like they don't even bother hiding it.
Bounce around where exactly?
Bob's workshop, Letitia's pharmacy, maybe. Both good folks, just scared stiff. Oh, and they've been using that old underground shelter uptown. I used to squat there till they kicked me in the teeth. See, right here.
Yeah, tragic. So when's the next deal?
Dunno. Today, tomorrow. They don't exactly work on a schedule.
And me without even a sandwich for the stakeout. Guess I'll start sweeping those spots.
Oh, speaking of which...
Yeah, they're
see,
totally talking
boss,
about human
I
trafficking.
happen to
This
have
is wild.
a key. A very special key. A pharmacy key. Let's just say I'm holding on to it for Letitia. Temporarily. And since the pharmacy's on your list... $50, boss, and it's yours.
Right.
You got the morals of a stinky floater. You know that? Fine. Hand it over.
Pleasure doing business with you, boss. You're the greatest.
Mm-hmm. Try not to get yourself roughed up again. And for the love of cheddar, spend that money on clean underpants, will you?
Reach me, baby. I forgot how that went. I learned it the one day. I do like that song. Reach me, baby. Call my phone and say you need me, baby. Thought they had me in a deep sleep, baby. But I'm still scorching hot on these streets, baby. Pull up, Maybach, beep, beep, baby. And my shit come with the heat seats, baby. I forgot the rest. Oh, wait. See-through shirt, I get a sneak peek, baby. Blow on me just like some green tea, baby. Damn, nooses and shit. This is some dark. There is a whole dark undercurrent. Oh, shit. Pull up, Maybach, beep, and my shit come with deep seats, baby. See-through shirt, I get a sneak peek, baby. Blow on me just like some green tea, baby. Where the fuck? Who else wants to fuck with Hollywood Court? There you are.
Hey, you
Shit. There was some health somewhere. Shit, give me my health. Fuck. Waste. Shit. Fuck out of here. Bitch. Now, who else want to fuck with Hollywood Court? These damn frogs. Okay, gotta do. What's a conscious being? Is it ascension dildo? Is that the answer? I don't know. Cause I mean, first off, that's a wild phrase. We've gotten used to it, but like, if somebody start mentioning sentient dildo, you're like, what in the fuck are you talking about? That's what the average person would say. At least that's what you would think. How long have we been streaming, by the way? I think, is it 4 hours? 3 hours? 3.5. Sheesh. So this is one of the longer streams. I've been usually keeping it hairy like Caitlin Clark. No, I've been usually keeping it pretty short. And making these streams pretty quick. You know, hour and a half, 2 hours. Rarely do I get to 3. This one looks like it might end up being 4. We'll see. Some more health. Okay. Wasted that damn cheese then. What the fuck did I look at that? Actually, hold on. Forgot to. You did 5 hours? Oh, maybe I'm inspired by you. Thank you for being here. And sorry I wasn't there the whole stream. Like I said, I was working. And plus, I don't know. I have a super short attention span. So I started, you know, I would go watch another video, come back, watch another video, come back. So I apologize. Doom scrolling has really fucked me up, attention span wise. Oh, that's shitty. Why is this an invisible wall? Okay. Shit. Fucked that all up. Fucked it all up. Goodness. Hold on. I don't know where to go. I don't even know if that's where I'm supposed to be going, but that makes sense. Oh my goodness, then what the fuck am I supposed to do? What am I see this, what's that, O? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? I'm just want to be done with this shit. I know, Zeus. Oh, this way? I cannot jump over here. Is there a breakable wall? That nope. Okay. Most reliable part of the human body. This is gonna be a pun, but I'm so tired I don't get it. I don't know, your back? I don't know. Oh, maybe this is it. Skin? I have no idea, man. Fingers, because you can always... I knew it was a pun, I just didn't know where we were going. Fingers, because you can always count on them, and you can. Oh, boy. Is that all that was in here, man? Come on, bro. I want to be done with this, so I'm kind of ready to be done with this stream. Oh my fucking goodness, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Is that a hook? Oh, can I hit that hook? Thank you for being here, Tom Jensen. You're as dependable as fingers, because I can count on you being here, and I appreciate it. Especially right now, because it's getting fucking dull, because I can't fucking progress. This has been one of the more difficult levels as we start to get deeper in the game. It's all about the game and the way you play it. But it's more difficult levels to transverse. Like, where the fuck do I go? I said you made the joke about fingers. I said you're as dependable as fingers because I can count on you, and I appreciate you being here. And we got more invisible walls, so that's excellent. Okay. Oh my god, this is a fucking nightmare, man. This is a fucking nightmare. This is getting so bad, I might have to just look online, because, like, what the fuck are you supposed to do here? Nothing is worse than when it's, like, completely not obvious. Is there a wall? Oh, yeah, pause. Super pause. Okay, well, fuck this. What the fuck? And you know what? We're having a Marvel fan. I said he's Nosferatu or Ascension, and he dipped. He's got to be one of them. He's got to be. But now we're just going to look. What is this level called? Oh, fuck. Okay, now I'm about to watch a walkthrough. Okay, it looks like we're about halfway. Oops. What is this? Did I miss something? Okay, no. Okay, must have skipped too far. Okay, I think I accidentally found. Is this the same place? Yes, it is. Okay, what does this fucker do? Okay, blow up. I blew up that wall. Sorry. I'm just. This has gotten completely silent. That didn't happen for me. Hold on. I blew up the wall and. So all they did is blow. Where is it? As soon as they blew up the wall, this thing just opened up. Yeah, it's not doing that for me. Oh shit. Yeah, okay. That's so unobvious. Fuck this. Fuck this game.
Dead end. Or...
That was so beyond unobvious. Oops. Whatever. Marvel's still... Oh, you are still here. Okay, cool. Glad you're here, and hope you're enjoying the stream. Now that we're finally fucking progressing. Oh, that was a fucking nightmare. That's... Sheesh. Not enough PP. Fuck. We're fucked. Okay, you can do this again. This must be a necessary thing. Shit. That's a super pause. That's a reference to fucking Ocho Cinco crazy ass. Where he said she told him to go deeper, but he didn't have enough PP. Oh, I got it this time. Yeah, that was a mega pause. The mega pause collide. See, I think it's Nas, because Cincha does not that. He doesn't like wrestling. Unless he's been lying this whole time. He's been a major wrestling fan. No need to repeat it. Fair enough. Like, I get, you know. For those who don't understand the reference. It's Chad Ochocinco's talk. I don't forget who he's talking to. You know, I'll leave it. He was talking about being intimate with a woman. We'll go with that. And so you can look that up. I think he was talking to Stephen A. Smith about his issues with that. Oh man, there ain't even shit in here. Nah, no, there's something to shoot to. FU the mouse state? Oh, Lord. Oh, shit. I'm not about to look at that damn thing. No secret. Dead mice tell no tales. What the hell symbol is that? The Blair Witch they talking about? That was a waste. Boy, am I sick of being stuck. I'm assuming I need to blow something up. You squeak, you sleep. Mouse bird sneaks. Okay. Why are you pausing? Oh, I'm not gonna repeat it since Richard got upset. No, it was wild. It was super wild. Super duper wild. I wonder if you're a little bit behind though, Tom Jensen, because we already went through that. Now, what the fuck do I do here? I got from one place to another. Away from keyboard, fair enough. That, oh, there's a hook. I guess. I mean, I'm doing this right. No, it's not letting me. God, I don't want to go back to that fucking gameplay thing. I want to be able to figure this shit out myself. There's something to shoot. Come up, so I can't use that hook to jump. This is a fucking nightmare, man. I'm really ready to end this fucking stream, and I'm getting very frustrated. And it looks like I don't have a choice. I'm gonna have to look at this damn playthrough again. This is so non-intuitive. As much as I've been just glazing this game, pause, and complimenting it and talking about how great it is, there are some goofy game design decisions being made. Sounds like it's time. All right, well, I'm not gonna quite end it. I want to at least get through this, but I am gonna cheat and look at the goddamn playthrough. I'm glad I didn't go too much further. Like, this is just stupid. Oh shit, did I miss something? Okay, what the fuck am I supposed to do? What? I didn't see. Is that not there? What the fuck? Oh my goodness. Was that not? Okay, fuck it. Fuck it.
Renewing the delivery agreement for an additional 14 days. Signed, the Cap'n. An XX scribbled beside it in something that reeks of illegal fondue.
Okay. That's all I had to do. Hold on, let me bring you guys back. I'm playing Shadow Knight the whole time. Dope. On EverQuest, okay. Shout out to EQ. waiting for the long ladder pause spot. And I say that because this, if I'm correct, this is the same voice actor as Solid Snake, and this is a very referential game. So there's going to be a super long ladder to reference MGS3. It's gonna happen, I know it. It's obligatory. There's some help. There's some help. Did anyone else want to fuck with Hollywood Court? Damn it. I technically doesn't everyone on Earth, but I am not a pronoun person. You like Oh yes I am. My pronouns are his, him, and hero. Because I'm a vigilante. So I would appreciate if you respected my pronouns. It would mean a lot to me. No, I'm totally joking. But I forgot I did his, him, and hero are my pronouns. I use they, them. Oh, congratulations. I'm thrilled for you. We can oh, shit. Hey, never change, Marvel. Never change who you are for anyone. Don't let, oh shit. He's taking all sorts of damage. Again, if anybody wants smoke, anybody want to fuck with Hollywood Court, I'm here. I like that they make you kind of switch weapons for a little bit. Like you can't just use one weapon and just main it. Like you have to switch because just the way they give you ammo. And like you'll run out of ammo on one gun, but they'll give you plenty of ammo for another, so you just constantly switch. Wild Bay is where we were. We're gonna call it here. I will wait till I get back to the thing, but we're close to 4 hours. So thank you for joining me. We will stream at some point tomorrow. I don't know if it's going to be during the day or at night. Hopefully it's during the day because I still have to work Saturday. But it's been which is the actual holiday. It's so stupid. In any event, it's been real. Maybe. It's been fun. It's been real fun. Almost 4 hours. So cool stream. If you like the video, please like the video. If you're so obliged to share and subscribe. So that means you please sub if you haven't a Marvel fan. Please do. And even if you don't do any of these things, even if you weren't in the chat, all you did was lurk and watch and didn't participate. All you did is watch the stream. I appreciate that. God bless. Thank you for your time. Your time is precious. We only get so much of it. Good night or good morning because it's 3:30 a.m. And God bless. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.